morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. SportsCenter brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. And now the fun begins for the Green Bay Packers at the 2026 NFL Draft. The Packers slated to make the 52nd overall pick in round 2 of the draft tonight in Pittsburgh. The Packers not making any moves, staying quiet on the opening night last night. General Manager Brian Gutekunst did meet with the media in Green Bay after last night's first round. Not exactly sure why. They didn't do anything. But plenty to get you set for the picks tonight. Coming up on Wilde and Tausch and all day long on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Tonight, ESPN Wisconsin Draft Night, Round 2, kicks off at 6 o'clock, streaming exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. That's because the Milwaukee Brewers start a 3-game weekend set hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates and Paul Skeens on the mound at American Family Field. 6:40 first pitch here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Friday edition. With the 20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers with the 20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys with the 20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select a wide receiver to compete with our guy Dontavion Wicks to replace A.J. Brown when he's eventually traded edition. And the How Did You Spend Your Draft Night? I spent a lengthy portion of my evening with Strofe and John Anderson. And then the Packers, as expected, did not pick. Goody had some interesting things to say afterward. We'll get into those edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing, magnificent, stupendous, fantabulous ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores, and you can customize so you can move Wilde and Tausch into spot number 1 for easy access. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his very much disclosed location of the Gruber offices, One Call That's All studios at the Avenue and the 3rd Street Market Hall, it is our Cousin Sub of the day. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. You didn't wear the toupee? I thought I was going to get full toupeed Homer today. It is Steve the Homer True. Homer, good morning.
the Brewers do have a evening home game.
So I have to wait until they decide on the roof situation?
I'm here to help people, not actually please Jason Wilde. So
looking cloudy tonight.
At 5 o'clock, people will be able to know if the dome is open or closed. I hope. I have not communicated with the Brewers. Things changed. My source of communication is no longer here. So it's a work in progress. And of course, I'm not going to do it.
I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't hoping that you would bring it out anyway, despite the lack of connectivity with the roof. But for those that have not,
this is not done for my whatever. This is done to help people.
No, I want it to be for my entertainment.
Oh,
it's okay if it's not for your entertainment. I want it for my entertainment.
I didn't. My backpack went bad, so I have a new one, and I did not put the bag of hairpiece in it. So I apologize, because otherwise I could have just pulled it out.
So, just out of curiosity, and we will get to the draft or the lack thereof soon. How long had it been? Like, without, like, your stunt wearage of that toupee, how long had it been since you'd worn it regularly? Like, when was the last time you wore it on a regular basis?
Well, I finished at Channel 12, I think, in 2003.
Okay.
And at the very end, I stopped wearing it after I was informed that
Nobody
they
was
wanted
believing
to fire me. They wanted to fire me, and the new guy came in, and he was a corporate guy, because generally at Hearst, I can say this now because it's been a few years, you would sign like a 3-year contract, but they could fire you, and you got 2 weeks' pay, which is the way they did things.
And then were you also banned from going to another station in the market, too, even if they fired you like that?
I don't know that, because no one ever wanted me at another station, so I can't really tell you if that's the truth. I was a little disappointed in that, but so be it. And so when they were hiring me, I brought my partner in, my friend Joe Fozzie, to look at the contract.
Okay.
And so I'm there, and they say, Homer, all right, we're ready to go. Have you signed the contract? And I said, no, Mr. Fozzie is here. He's not my agent, but he looked at the contract, and he made like 30 changes in the contract, which, by the way, when I signed my next contract, all 30 changes had been stolen and used. So this is the Hearst Corporation with huge. I mean, they were huge then.
Okay.
He says, excuse me, we got a problem here. It says that he has a 3-year contract, but if you fire him, he only gets 2 weeks. To which they said, yes, that's how we do it at Hearst. If you want to work, you'll have to agree to that. Quoting Joe Fozzie, sorry, we're talking about Homer. At which point my knees started to shake by going, what is wrong with you?
He knew you were the goat.
I don't have any business. No, I wasn't a goat. I didn't have any business being on TV. Someone threatened to quit if they put me on TV because I didn't have the appropriate amount of experience. They had said, they were in the meeting, they go, this is absurd. You have to work 5 years and you have to be in a smaller market. Homer, have you ever done TV? Yeah. There was a public TV audition. What was it? When they raised money, and I was a teaching
telethon.
Telethon, yes. And they
Channel
wanted me to come in.
36.
So I was the tennis pro at the South Bend Rocket Club, and they had me come on. And, yeah, I was on TV. Well, how long were you on? I think it was about 5 minutes. And I said I was really amazed that you have this building and all these people are doing stuff, and there's a camera in front of you, and, like, nobody even knows what's going on, and you're the TV star. You're on TV. They go, that's it? I go, yeah. He goes, I will leave the station if you hire him. This is a violation of. Anyway, so after that, they signed me to a contract in which I was guaranteed the entire contract, but had to sign that I would never tell anyone. If I told anyone, I would be fired immediately. Well, fine, I never told anybody. All right, years later, I still have this contract, and this guy comes in from corporate and says, we don't need Homer anymore. Give him his 2 weeks. they go, excuse me, it doesn't work that way. Guy's like, what do you mean it doesn't work that way? I came from corporate. It hurts. This is how it works. No, not with Homer. So I got an extra 6 months because he didn't want to, pay me. So they sent me out and where's Homer at or something like that. But apparently it was historic in terms of how upset he was in the meeting because he couldn't believe it. Like, what is going on here? Who is this guy? I came from corporate. I know how this works. Get rid of Homer now. F. And so, but that's at the end. At the end, that period of time, I thought, why wear the hairpiece? When the dude just wants me out, and so I got a couple months left, and that's it. So it'll be, 2001.
We should all have an agent like Joe Fozzie. Waka, waka,
yes.
waka.
Yes, the best ever. Now he's gone. He was an attorney. Now he's one of the top attorneys for Philip Morris because in some states you can sue even if you have lung cancer. Mm-hmm. Even because you got it because you were smoking cigarettes. You could still sue Philip Morris in the state of Florida, whatever. And somebody knew him and they asked him to help. And normally Philip Morris, they lose every case. But they were normally losing $15 million. He cut it down to $5 million.
Oh.
Next thing you know, he's the man. He's like the number one guy for Philip Morris, but nothing he ever did. And after a couple years later, he said, Homer, I'm not working for doing anything for you anymore. I go, why not? He goes, there's no point. I can't negotiate. They just basically say, here's the amount. If you don't want it, then don't work. And I don't know that was true for other people, but it was also very sad because I told people that this guy was that good. No one listened to me. They told me what they thought I was about football.
That was a mistake by them.
Other than Jay Weber. Jay Weber did listen, and Joe did great things for him. So if you're attempting to sue Philip Morris and you go against Joe Fozzie in Florida, you're not going to get as much as you think, but you'll still get millions. Sorry to distract.
Well, my recollections of the toupee are you on Pack Attack and Brett Favre throwing a football in the bar and breaking glasses and the radar gun from the Milwaukee Sheriff's Department not working, Dorsey Levens, Santana Dotson. There are some of those still available on WISN's YouTube channel. I recommend folks check it out. That was a bygone, very fun era of players doing a television show. It was good stuff.
It was historic because it was the only TV show ever that had no pre-show prep.
Tausch and I are kind of a TV show now.
No.
Being on YouTube, we don't do any prep.
You'd have to ask people in TV. The reason was they didn't really want to do the show. They agreed to the show so that they could get interviews with Packer players from the person who was in charge. So the show was on after the dog races. Remember the highlight dog races? And they didn't care because they just showing the show so that they could get the interview. So there was like, all right, Homer, what do you want to do? I would talk on the phone once in a while. I think when I raced a chicken, I ran after a chicken once because they said something about, and it's hard to catch a chicken. I just want to let you know, chickens are underrated as far as.
I saw Rocky try to catch one when he was trying to improve his quickness. So, have you ever? And then we'll move forward to the actual draft.
Sure, let's move forward. By the way, worry about the Bears. This is what Destiny. Worry about the Bears. Bears are a player now. Know it. Their first round
they made
pick
a smart
tells
choice last night.
Yes, and a very simple choice given to where he ranked in terms of what was available. It took him like 2 seconds. Not to. On the other hand, the Vikings are a mess. Even that player's father wouldn't have taken him, or mother, at that point in the draft. It was the most bizarre selection of the first round by far. So.
Just to be clear, we would not be discussing toupees in an old TV show had the Packers picked last night. We will get into pick 52, which is what they have starting tonight, and then pick 84. They're also scheduled to select that. But it was odd to have a first round where, the Packers didn't pick, which has happened twice before during my career in 2008 and 2017. But they went into the draft with picks and traded back and then ultimately didn't take a first-rounder those years. But it had been since 1986 that they entered and then exited a draft without a first-round pick. We did talk to Goody late last night after
What?
the
That
first
was the
round
stupidest interview I've ever heard in my life.
I was great.
Why?
No.
What?
I couldn't disagree more.
You did nothing, and we want to talk to you? What is that?
All right, first of all, considering that I finally have confirmed that Jonathan Gannon does, in fact, work in the building because I passed him in the hallway. So he is no longer Greta Garbo.
Did you get an exclusive?
That has nothing to do with Goody talking.
I said hello. No, it does, because we are not going to discourage media availability from a team that does not have enough of it. So thank you, Jason Wallers, for sending Goody
So now
out.
you're it's so bad you're accepting idiotic, stupid. There's no reason to do this.
I will. All right. So during the commercial
They didn't
breaks,
do anything.
I'm going to edit some of the video clips for Jesse because I was busy this morning walking dogs and doing other radio hits.
So when they're all off in July, is he going to hold a press conference when nothing happens?
All right. First of all, there is always something to talk about. Okay, from my perspective. Secondly,
just out of curiosity, what was that? That you didn't have a chance to talk to him about before last night.
No, we did not talk to LaFleur. But I didn't need Matt LaFleur.
He's now talked 5 times since they hired Gannon without hearing from Gannon yet. Is that? Tracker's still going.
That's historic, I think.
Yes, I'm done
for Aaron Rodgers' wife, then it would be number one on the list. I'm going after her. I just want to let you know. I'm going to attempt.
Right. I think you should again. You're an antiquated piece of a different era. I don't think you should say I'm going after her.
Fine.
I think you should say I'm going to track her down.
Okay,
I want to meet her.
I want to know that she exists. I will not take a picture. I have no interest in doing that, but I want to see that she exists. I want to meet her, and I want to see the marriage certificate. And then I'll be done. And I will say, I have seen Aaron Rodgers' wife. And out of respect for him, if in fact she exists, I will not tell anybody what she looks like. But I don't believe until I see a person with a marriage certificate that she exists.
So one of the many pieces of information that I gleaned from our 7 minutes with
Sorry to
Goody
get
last
off
night.
track. I apologize.
Look, I do this show with another guy that's been known to do that.
Yeah,
once or twice,
that was
so
a Tauscher. That's what I'm
okay.
going to say in the future. That's a Tauscher. All right, go ahead.
So one of the things that I know I was asked about across all of our shows on ESPN Wisconsin was, well, could they trade up? Could they trade? You see them trading back into the first round? I mean, Strofe asked me that last night about the Patriots with the 31st pick.
Yes.
Is there any chance?
And they didn't, so why does Goody need to talk?
Because I wanted to know if he tried. That's one of the things. Did you make any effort? No, I again, was he willing to give up assets to go get a first-round pick? And he said that no, they did not make any calls.
What if he said they did, but they didn't do it?
Well, that's just because you have reached a point with him where you don't care what he says because you don't believe what he says.
He's always been entirely
forthcoming.
forthcoming.
No, but I believe that with
pressers.
anybody.
Yeah.
I said this long before that. I don't want to know that you tried. I don't care that you tried. I don't care that I tried to get Carla Sappington to go out with me in high school. She said no.
Best decision she ever made.
Fine.
So
probably.
So I was interested in that. I was interested too in kind of how they spent their evening without a pick because, again, this is unprecedented in the last 40 years that the Packers have not had a first-round pick. He had a really good line when one of my colleagues, Bill Huber, asked him about you're watching these other teams get better, and you're not. And he said, no, we got better. We got better a year earlier with the guy we picked
he couldn't have ever said that before last night. How many times has he answered that question before? You're not selling this very well in terms of the necessity for him to talk.
He may have said that exact same thing in the last 6 weeks.
I'm sure he has. I can't believe he agreed to do it.
Yeah,
like if I'm on his team, Goody, is there any reason why? Nothing happened.
He also said that we'll get into what he said, even though these two knuckleheads aren't interested in what he had to say last night.
Tell me the most important thing he said. The best. That everybody listening to this show would like to hear.
We'll play this coming up. But he said that he thinks they can stay at 52, that they don't have to trade up to go get someone. Which, again, for a team that has as many needs as they have, I think he needs to trade back multiple times and accrue more picks. He's got 2 tonight. He's got 6 tomorrow. 2 of those are 7th-round picks, which not every 7th-round pick is Mark Tauscher. So they need, in my opinion, I totally disagree with him on his view of his team's depth. He's certainly entitled to feel good about it.
I think I have an answer for you on why he won't do anything.
Ooh, well, you can tell me what that answer is.
No, I want to tell you now. The draft stinks.
I want you to tell me
the draft
next.
is no good. It's so much weaker than next year. Get all your picks for next year. I don't want picks. I don't need extra picks because this draft stinks. And that would explain why he has so few picks this year.
Would it have killed you to wait 4 minutes to do that on the other side?
Because we want to get your answer.
We want
your answer on the other side. The tease is my way to do a tease. Tell people what it is. Hopefully it's good enough that'll make if I'm listening to this show, I want to know what you say in response to Homer because he's crazy sometimes and needs a governor and makes stuff up and it isn't legit until you give it some credibility. Thank you.
If Tausch quits at some point, are you interested in
it's too many
9
hours.
to noon shift?
1 hour. I'm a 1 hour guy. 46 minutes, actually. And if it goes to 50, I might get fired.
All right. Teach the GOAT. The GOAT is going to teach me how to tease out. Tease us out into this break. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I just did. That was the tease.
Yeah, but you didn't go to break.
Next.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
With baseball games streaming live on YouTube and Prep Mania Weekly with insights from the Dean Dennis Semrau, find the biggest games and the most compelling stories of the spring high school sports season on ESPN Madison. Plus, follow our social media platforms to find teams and athletes in your community featured each week.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania on 100.5 ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Looking for a fun new way to golf on Monday nights? The Bridges Golf Course in Madison is teeing up a brand new 2-person scramble league. Grab a friend and compete head-to-head in a relaxed format, men's, women's, or co-ed. Great for beginners and experienced players alike. Monday nights at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. You know that honeydew list that's been sitting on your counter since what, 2020? Yeah, we can handle that. From leaky faucets to light fixtures, our handyman team at Bruner Realty fixes it all. Fast, friendly, and done right the first time. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com. Because your to-do list deserves a happy ending.
Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Brewers baseball is back.
Bowers a drive to right. It's way back and gone.
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Continuing with Steve the Homer True, our cousin sub of the day, the GOAT of Wisconsin Sports Talk Radio, whether he admits it or not. And the GOAT teased us out with a next after he teased us out before we went to commercial. And this is going to hurt for me to say. It's painful, but Homer's right. This draft was unique in that many of the previous drafts you saw, and there was a second quarterback that went last night after Fernando Mendoza went number 1 overall. The Los Angeles Rams selected their heir apparent to Matthew Stafford when they took Ty Simpson.
Yeah, that was just a horrible pick. I don't understand that.
Well,
the comparison
right,
with Jordan Love is so inappropriate.
So let's address that first, because I have a clip from Goody from that useless press conference that you so enjoyed, where he also will bolster your statement that you made about the horribleness of the draft. But let's talk a little bit about the Ty Simpson pick first. Why is that horrible? I really wish you were more opinionated.
Because it was such a huge reach. All right. They easily could have gotten other players. Again, we're talking 13. 13 is different. What was the number for Jordan Love?
26.
26. 13 and 26 are dramatically different in terms of what player is available. And I think that we're right. Again, the guy who's ever in charge in the Rams, who seems to be pretty good. I'm stealing that from you. I don't know that he is or isn't, but they've done a great job of putting teams together and throwing away drives. Anyway, so if he wants the quarterback, that's fine. Take a player that can help now, and you can still probably get the quarterback depending on how far you're willing to wait. Now, are you telling me he likes that kid so much that he's willing to feel like I have to get him at, what was it, 13?
13, yeah.
Yes. And my answer is nobody believes he's going to be that good. Now, if he turns out that good, then you get credit. But people need to know that it was a huge risk. And that if it works out, give him credit. But he could have easily gotten that quarterback. There was a thought that the quarterback might not get picked in the first round. And you feel like you have to get him at 13, now maybe you have your sources. And again, the only reason you take him at 13 is you think he's a franchise quarterback, right? The guy started like 5 games in college, or how many is it? Very few. More than 5.
Right, but he also did it obviously at
Alabama,
at a place where you're surrounded by top tier talent,
great wide receivers. Oh
Yeah.
man, do they have wide receivers?
The Athletic gave that pick a C for taking Ty Simpson. You're not wrong
an
about
F.
this either. It is undeniably a reach. I need to find where Dane Brugler, who is my Joel Bucksbaum now.
I
in
can
this
tell
era.
you, that's what makes it so bizarre that they give him a C. You know where he had Ty Simpson?
No, where?
Pick number 42.
Yeah.
Now, how do you give the guy a C when he takes him at 13 instead of 42?
Well, Dane's
Explain
not
that
doing
to
the
me.
grading, so
Well,
somebody
that's
else
stupid.
did the grading.
Shouldn't he do the grading? He has a. If you do a top 300 list for the draft, you should be grading the draft.
Does seem like there'd be some
Because the
inconsistencies
grade is
there.
appropriate to what you took and how talented, whatever the guy's name is, thinks, right? If he thinks the guy's 42 and you take him 13, you can't get a C.
Absolutely fair.
And I don't know who else was available because I have his list. And the reason I have his list is because, again, I stole this from you. And again, the key to life is to know the proper people to steal from. I don't mean like criminally steal, but I mean their ideas. Whenever Jason says this guy's good, that's good enough for me. I didn't look to see who was around. Now, the one everybody talked about was Mekhi Lemon, since he played at USC. Now, he's slot only.
He
had
went
him
with the
down-
Packers pick.
He had him at number 13. And so he was available when they had 13. And then they probably could have gotten the quarterback much later. But anyway, all I'm saying is if they get it right, people need to understand it's like the Titanic coming up from the bottom. It doesn't mean that it didn't. But that's how incredible the selection would be if it works out that he's a franchise quarterback. And then your guy, Dane, should have said, I gave it an F and I got a change. It was an A. No one. Has anybody said they think he's a franchise quarterback? Or Lasky, maybe? Is he the one?
No, I don't know of anybody who has said that.
Yeah.
I didn't. Again, it's the position where teams try stuff and take risks that they would never take anywhere else. J.J. McCarthy at number 10 2 years ago was a reach, too, and his career has played out in that manner. So now, if J.J. McCarthy, he didn't play his first season in Minnesota, but it was because of injury, which meant he couldn't practice. And then last year, obviously, you saw how he played. There were a few moments where you were like, okay, this guy's not terrible, but most of them were, this guy's not very good. And I just find it, in my opinion, obnoxious that anybody ever tries to say, well, you got to take the Packers approach to developing quarterbacks. The Rams are the team that at least has a chance to do it because they have a Hall of Famer. Matthew Stafford will be a Hall of Famer now. He had a great
but
career.
Isn't he older and further in his career now than
Correct.
Rodgers
He's
was?
later than both Rodgers and Love were. So it's not even apples to apples there. But
Of
at
course not.
least
And Rodgers was thought of by some as maybe the top quarterback in the draft at that time. Not so with Jordan.
correct. That's why Ty Simpson had a second-round grade from Dane Brugler and why he had his. But again, this is what teams do. The Rams know that Matthew Stafford has an expiration date that is approaching faster than Aaron Rodgers' was. At least when they picked Rodgers, A, to your point, he had fallen from being potentially the number one overall pick, and B, Brett Favre had been talking about retiring for 3 years already at that point. So there was at least a, hey, we don't know when this guy's going to pull the plug.
Stated, I'm quoting you for you.
I love it when I get quoted by you.
They didn't make the pick right away. This is so important. And Andrew Brandt is the one who said it, but anybody watching, they let it go the full, and wasn't it 15 minutes back then?
It was 15 minutes back
You
then.
can't say you wanted Aaron Rodgers when you let the full time pass, because you're clearly waiting to see if someone would work a deal.
Yep.
Which tells you how much they liked Aaron Rodgers. It was too good to pass up. They liked him, but not that much. Though, the key is, and this is what I love, I don't know if they tried that much. Did anybody make them an offer that they refused?
No. I know that. The phone, Ted had told that story before. The phone never rang. No one was calling.
Never, not even once.
No. So then they, and Ted and John Schneider went back as his fall was going on.
Please
and
don't
went
bring
and watched
his name
more
up.
tape.
I'm going to start to cry. Can you just do me a favor and don't bring up?
We're
going to live the next 10 years.
Triggered
I just understand that. Do you have answers for people? Because you're going to have to deal with this for the next 10 years.
Yeah, wait till they win back-to-back Super Bowls, then we really have to deal
They
with
will win another Super Bowl under Schneider.
Yeah, you're just the only thing that I will say you're wrong on that is it doesn't do you a damn bit of good for him to come in and be the president. Like he is a personnel guy.
Totally. Doesn't matter. He hires the guy.
You want him to hire him though.
No, he would.
No,
I
yes,
trust
you do.
him if I do, but he's not going to. I accept that. That's what you don't think I accept. I accept that. That's the guy I want picking who the person is because I trust him so much.
But that doesn't mean that
if
he'll
it
be as
doesn't
good
work,
as he is.
Doesn't work. Doesn't, but I'll take my chances. And if the guy doesn't work, then what does he have to do?
So
if the guy picks a...
You're the GOAT of Wisconsin sports talk radio. You think you have the hiring acumen to hire somebody to take over the Homer Hour, the Joe Blow Hour, and he's not as good as you, and it's not good. Like
he might be better than me.
Doesn't mean you're good at picking other people.
Maybe not, but that's the way. Hold on, maybe not, but that's the way I'm going to go. I think Lou Holt said it best. Maybe not, but that's the way I'm going to bet. Yes, and part of that is because here's why it's even more important, and I'm glad you brought this up. You would fear that with people that have a huge ego, because sometimes when people have a huge ego, as Rick Majera said, he goes, Homer, you got to know that great coaches don't want the next coach to be as great as they are.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, however, John Schneider does not have that kind of an ego, and I will attest to you to explain that. So I don't have the same fear with him as I would other people, which is why the choice for him as president is even more important.
Should have just given up a pick for him in 2018.
Yes. First round
just
pick.
Been done with it. And
no, I would have asked you.
That is not an indictment of the job Goody has done. He has done a good job.
That is.
John Schneider's done a better job.
He's better. Yes, he's better.
That's all.
If you had a chance to get rid of me and you could have brought Bob Costas in and you didn't, you messed up.
No, Bob Costas is smug.
Bob is Bob.
He's a little smug for me. He's very smart.
Then.
He's very good at what he does. I don't like.
He didn't
smug.
used to be though. He could have. Okay. He could have hidden. He hid the smug for a long time. You got to admit.
Well, you're a lot of things. Smug ain't one of them.
Whatever.
All right, I want you to hear what Goody had to say last night about the structure of this draft, because it is going to ultimately prove Homer right about the quality of this draft. We'll hear from Goody coming up after you hear from me talking about Potawatomi Casino Hotel. And you hear me tell you
By
this
the way,
all
nice tease.
Thanks.
Well done.
Thank you. Well, I've learned from the best and some things from you
just
as well.
so you know, I've been suggesting this for 30 years and no one has ever agreed with me. So,
suggesting what? The teasing thing?
The tease needs to be specific instead of, and then the Packers, something, you know, teases and TV
Yeah, but
are
you
made
also
up.
went through an era where you just said next all the time.
No.
So
that era was last segment.
Yeah, you brought it back.
I give the tease before that, and then to go to the break, it helps the producer. They can be doing other stuff. Producers tend to be like that. All they know is when I hear next, then I just got to hit the button.
It's like a Pavlovian
That might be the
dog
nicest thing I do for a yes, totally.
Okay, that makes
Bye.
sense. Well, you don't have to hop on a plane or board a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. Your next getaway is waiting in Milwaukee at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. Biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed luxury suites and rooms, perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And again, you're just steps away from all the cool stuff that's happening inside. And if you're hungry, so many options. Premium steaks at the Dream Dance Steakhouse. Pizza, burritos, quick bites at the Marketplace. Rock and Brews, they've got that salmon that I love there. Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company. The list goes on and on. If you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, they've got great event spaces that will make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, a full night out all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More with Homer, our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, and when you look around right now, everything seems to be extra expensive in the world, except this. Right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 at Pizza Hut. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust, crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, finished with garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is our crew.
A drive, left center, deep. See you later.
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
Fly ball right field. Hit a ton. We're tied.
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
At the track, at the wall, jumped up. Jackson Chario brought it back. Oh,
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Is your computer so slow you can hardly use it? Does it have blue screens, malware, viruses, reboots, hardware crashes? Sound familiar? Computers will have problems, and when they do, you need the computer experts at Madison Computer Works. Every day we help home users and businesses keep their computers and networks running smoothly. For solutions to your computer problems, call the pros at 231-8000, and we'll turn this into this. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starian Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starian Bank, built for the long game. Visit starianbank.com to get started today.
Chris McIntosh is out, but don't flinch.
If he doesn't want to be the athletic director, that's great. Using one of my old slogans, you don't flinch.
Find Barry Alvarez's full interview with Wilde and Tausch, available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
So Homer's hypothesis/tease before he yelled next after the end of the first segment was that this draft wasn't very good. And that's why things happened the way they did. He's not wrong. Elliott Wolf, the essentially GM of the New England Patriots, when they weren't dealing with the fallout of their current scandal, talked about how he viewed it as the top 20 players and then kind of a shelf, and then players 20 through 50 were all kind of graded roughly the same. So I asked Goody last night if he saw this draft the same way, and his answer during a press conference that Homer didn't think he needed to do solidifies Homer's take as that being the case. And interesting, in New England this week, he said that he thought it's like 1 through 20, and then 20 through 50 were kind of roughly the same type of player in terms of value. Can you say if you saw the board in a similar way? And if so, is that a good time to not have a first-round pick that you could value-wise?
Jason, I think that's usually kind of the case in most drafts. I think this year might have fell off a little earlier than that, maybe 15-ish somewhere in there. But yeah, I think that's usually kind of the case. And we've obviously picked in the mid to late 20s a lot. But most of the time, I would say one of your top 15, 16 usually kind of gets close to you, and you may end up picking that guy anyway. But I do feel like the players at between kind of at the end of this draft and where we're going to be picking tomorrow are very similar.
So that also probably, Homer, despite as bad of an idea as you think it was for the Rams to pick Ty Simpson, if they had him rated as their 42nd player, but there wasn't a big difference between that and their 15th player, you can see how they could convince themselves to do it the way they did because of the position. But when you look at the Packers, I would say that if that's the case, and now Goody and Elliott Wolf see it the same way, that tells me that if you're going to have a year where you don't have a first-round pick, where you'd be picking 25th or whatever it might be, not the end of the world that you don't have it if you pick well at 52 or you move up a few spots.
It makes the deal with Micah Parsons look even better.
Yeah.
Because a number one in this draft is less than a number one in a normal draft. He didn't say that at the time, but he has said it without saying it, which is what you have to do with Goody. When he says it, accept the probability that's not true.
So, and look, next year could be different, right? I think
next year's much better.
Right.
Very good draft, from very bad to very good.
So
biggest gap
may be,
ever, maybe, from year to year.
So you may be wishing you had a first-round pick next year, but for this
Correct.
year, it's not the end of the world. Now, the other point that I think is interesting in there, though, and there's a few other things he did say that I think are noteworthy, but I am very curious to see how the board falls tonight, and if there is a guy that he likes, that he sees there, and he thinks, okay, he's not going to get to me at 52, I want to go up and get him. But you made a really good point earlier. Like, that doesn't mean
he's going to go down.
I would.
That's
what I expect too. That is what I expect
agree with
too.
you. Yes, that's what to do. There's going to be no real difference.
The point that you made earlier, which I think is important while we're talking about, it wasn't that great of a draft, and there's these guys that, there's no difference between pick 22 and 52. Well, I will say this. Dylan Thieneman, who is the safety that the Bears took, obviously I do watch a fair number of Ducks games. He's a good player. And they got a guy at 25 at a position of need that I think is really going to help them. Now, again, I'm not going to pretend that I've broken down all the film of Dylan Thieneman.
What grade did your guy or did the Athletic? Because they should have given it an A.
Yeah, I will tease that because I'm learning how to tease today. Does that? So do I tell the grade?
No.
then?
You'll say you'll either be surprised at what the pick was, or this will reinforce the belief that it's stupid that the guy who ranks the players isn't ranking the draft.
Doesn't do the grading. Sure, yeah. That's
whatever. Fair. Yeah. Or as I said, state the fact, and that is if the topic and the fact is so good, and if it's not, then you shouldn't be talking about it. You fake a tease. Here's a TV tease. A TV tease has to be a lie. Okay. A TV tease for weather. Could have a tornado tonight. Okay. When they know the percentage is 2%. But it's not. There's a chance. So what should you say? Thunderstorms, low percentage of a tornado or whatever. But you don't want to do that because you think, hey, I'll lie, and then more people. I refuse to lie.
Okay. You will be
in that regard. I lie to my kids all the time. Yes,
I know. We've confirmed that multiple times. I had to tell the truth to Sydney last night that I did not get video of her second goal of the game because someone kept me on his radio program longer than I was scheduled to appear, so I could get to the second half of the game. And she scored a goal early in the second half.
You saw her make a goal with only one shoe. Correct?
I did see that occur, yes. That was
Nothing
the first goal
else is going to occur in that game. They could have won 40-0. She could have had 20 goals. That is historic and will be talked about for years and years. It's unlikely she will ever do anything in soccer more amazing than that. Everybody want to know, okay, explain what happened. When did the shoe go off? How long before you scored? Did you try to get the shoe? You're holding it in one hand? Come on, how many people score a goal in soccer with one shoe?
It's true.
And you're worried about anything after that?
Did she kick it in with the foot without the shoe or with the shoe?
Jesus shows up in the first half and plays for them. I got to see the second half. I don't think so. I think you got a big enough story in the first half.
Would Jesus play goalie because he saves us? Is that how that would work?
Yes, that's the great line. Jesus saves, but Esposito scores on the rebound. From many years ago. I loved it then. I thought that was great. Jesus likes any attention he can get.
You will be stunned as a Packers fan by the grade the Athletic gave the Bears for their first-round pick. You'll also be concerned. I'll tell you why. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
You got potential.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here, and tonight is the night. It's finally time for our favorite football team to draft some new players to join the roster. For those young players, it's one of the best nights of their lives, and that definitely has me feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. If you want to make sure you get that big spring paint project you've been planning at home done right, then I suggest you do what my family did and trust the pro painters at Home and Lindsay Paints. Get connected with the perfect pro painter for what your project calls for by simply stopping in to any Madison area Home and Lindsay location. The team at Home and Lindsay will help pair you with the best pro for the job. And Home and Lindsay is the one paint you can trust to withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. And there certainly has been some crazy weather over the last month. Home and Lindsay, great paint, great people, and check them out at homeandlindsay.com. And stick around for Feel Good Friday, coming up to close out this edition of Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. All eyes are on the 2026 NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, and according to ESPN NFL Draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. in his recent appearance on Wilde and Tausch, there's at least one Wisconsin Badgers player who expects to hear his name called this weekend.
Mason Reiger can play. Mason's got a chance. I mean, when you can play at that level and you get after the quarterback and you do the job after the season was over, you do everything the right way. I think he's the kind of kid you get into the fourth round area there. We're going to be talking a lot, I think, about him early day 3.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your windows shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
At Associated Bank, we know it's not always fun thinking about saving. You know what is fun? Not thinking about it. That's why we call it automated savings. You save automatically. How much you want, how often you want, for whatever you want. And if you don't know how much to save, well, that's why we're here. We'll suggest an amount so you hit your target without ever thinking about it. See, saving can be fun, especially when it's automatic. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. You know that honeydew list that's been sitting on your counter since what, 2020? Yeah, we can handle that. From leaky faucets to light fixtures, our handyman team at Bruner Realty fixes it all. Fast, friendly, and done right the first time. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com. Because your to-do list deserves a happy ending.
Chris McIntosh is out, but don't flinch.
If he doesn't want to be the athletic director, that's great. You know, using one of my old slogans, you don't flinch.
Find Barry Alvarez's full interview with Wilde and Tausch, available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The Packers without a first-round pick last night, but the Lions, the Vikings, and the Bears, oh my, all did have picks. The Athletic with their snap judgments on the grade, and the Chicago Bears selection of Dylan Thieneman, a safety from Oregon, received an A+. A+.
Wow.
From the
Any
Athletic.
other A+? It's probably more than you.
I did not do the requisite research.
Wow.
Let me do a quick check here. A+. It appears the New York Giants with Arvell Reese. The Dallas Cowboys with Caleb Downs. And the Baltimore Ravens with their selection of Viga Yone, the guard from Penn State. They got A+ too. So they gave out 4 A+ out of the 32 picks. But the Bears, by taking a safety at a position where obviously they remade their safety group and really most of their secondary
But I
will
think
be
he
different
can
this
play
year.
kind of multiple positions there. He has a lot of different ways you could use him.
Thieneman can do it all for the Bears. He's a hitter. He can cover anyone. And he's from Indiana, perhaps the Bears' new home. This is a big-time win for GM Ryan Poles, and it's my favorite pick of the first round. says someone not named Dane Brugler for The Athletic.
Yeah, well, we also have to know he's the guy who, what grade did he give the
So the Rams pick of Homer Simpson's nephew, Ty Simpson.
At number 13, when the guy doing the ranking of the top 300
Had him at
players
42.
had him listed at 42. If he's 42 and he get picked at 13, it's technically an F, unless it's a quarterback, because you have to say, well, it's an F unless this guy turns out to be. How good does he have to be to justify taking it 13? I would say
as good as Jordan Love's been.
Yeah.
I think that's good enough.
Yep.
They gave that a C, a solid C. This is the draft's most enigmatic selection, and it's not close. If a team drafted Simpson to start right away, the grade at best would have been a C-. He's not ready for the NFL in that capacity. I agree. But as a backup behind potential Hall of Famer Matthew Stafford, that's interesting. Can Simpson become a Jordan Love-style success story, or will he go down the Jake Locker path, check the magic 8 ball in 3 or 4 years? This is a gutsy move.
Knucklehead. You can't
for
compare
Sean
him to
McVay
Jordan
and
Love
Leslie.
when you took him at 13 instead of what was Jordan Love?
26.
Yeah. To compare those two is...
Yeah, if he doesn't have to play,
13 in a
Rams
bad draft, by the way.
Yeah. So
on
again,
a good draft, he wouldn't have been 42. He could have been, what would you say, Jason?
60.
60.
65.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The guy's, I'm not sure I can trust this guy for any credibility whatsoever, but he's a little iffy.
But again, you made the exact point that needed to be made, and that is quarterback is different. And if he turns out with a redshirt season in the NFL to be Jordan Love-esque, and they can win with him, as we talked about last night, moments before Sydney scored her second goal that is not on video, they can win with Jordan Love. At this point, they're not winning because of him. The Seattle Seahawks won a Super Bowl with a quarterback in Sam Darnold, who they didn't win the Super Bowl because of him, but they got to the Super Bowl because of him, because he had one great game. And if Jordan Love provides that,
great.
Right,
Yep.
But if Jordan Love provides that in an NFC Championship game or in a divisional round playoff game that makes a Super Bowl run possible and a championship possible, there's nothing wrong with that. They don't all have to be Rodgers and Favre. And by the way, Rodgers and Favre, despite their greatness, they both won one. It's not like they won a bunch of Super Bowls.
Yeah, they only
because
won
they were
one
such
because
great
the
players.
defenses were not good enough for them to win more. As great as
Right,
they were.
you have to have more than just the quarterback.
Yeah.
So, look, again, I know Packers fans are not particularly excited. The Bears do something smart. But this, again,
Well, I'm
the
trying to help you.
consensus-
You're going to have to deal with the Bears. They got a quarterback who's goofy, but he can make great plays. He can steal games and win games he shouldn't win because he has. You're going to have to deal with the Bears. The quarterback, the coach is a good coach. He's a little goofy too, but you're going to have to. You're going to have to. The Bears are going to be a legitimate force in the next 5 years.
We will get to the 10 o'clock hour. We'll hear a little bit more from Goody and what he had to say in that
Is this
press
from
conference.
last night, Goody? Please
From
tell
last
us.
night?
Yes, because you need
riveting commentary.
I feel
because
like-
you need to prove that I'm wrong. If what he says is good and people say, I'm glad he said it, and they haven't heard it before, then give me all the heat necessary. I don't believe he said anything that he hadn't said before, and I can't think of in his career he ever did a press conference on a day that made less sense than last night.
I have sent Jesse, I think, 5 total clips
Okay. All right.
from last night, from our 7.5
And I will
minute
trust
conversation.
you if he had said these before or not.
It's all the same thing that Alex Strofe and John Anderson and Brian Bulaga and Tausch and everybody on the show last night all said too. But Goody said it, so they're
I was on that show for an hour, and you didn't even include me there?
It is, but it is different. We didn't say if it's new for Goody, he's the GM. He gets a little more important.
Well, we will get to some of the scintillating things that Goody said. Also, something that one of our avid fans, Matt, sent me this morning. which has been the highlight of my day. Yesterday were Sydney's 2 goals.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, give me more. I don't. What could be the highlight of your day?
Heck of a tease.
I'm teasing.
No, I want to know what it is, because if it's not, I'm going to be ticked that you didn't tell me. If you think it's that good, tell us what it is, and then you'll explain.
It's only 10:03 a.m.
You explain what it is after the tease. You're just playing with us.
There could be more things that turn out to be better than this, but it is tied in. I'll give you a hint. It is tied into David Gruber and Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
That's a little better. It's still weak, but it's a little better. You're coming around.
I'll settle for weak. It also requires
You scared to tell us what it is? You think you tell us what it is and it won't tease as well as the lie?
I definitely can't lie. We'll show it to you on the video stream.
Right. Then
during the 10
when you
o'clock
do
hour.
it, then people can decide whether or not they wish you had given us that.
They can judge
before.
after we do it,
good.
sure. All
I
right,
look
we can
forward
do
to
that way. For now, though, I'm going to tell you that Gruber Law Offices is the call you have to make if you've been injured in an accident. Hopefully you never are. I don't want you to call Gruber Law Offices, ever, because I don't want you to get hurt in an accident. But if you have been, then I definitely want you to call them, because they will take better care of you and make sure you get what you deserve better than anyone else that does this. They've got 40 years of experience. They've got the best in the business. One call, that's all. You see him at all the different events around town. He supports all of our favorite sports teams, all our favorite charities. David Gruber's the best. And sometimes you get to sit in the seats at a Bucks game, and something crazy happens then on Friday, April 24th as a result. So to Gruber-Law.com, that's the website, Gruber-Law.com, or make the call, 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. I will tell you what the highlight of my day has been so far. Even though I'm spending time with Homer, which is also a highlight of my day. But at 10:05 a.m., this has been the highlight of my morning. I'll tell you next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Hey, Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft tonight in Pittsburgh, and finally, the Green Bay Packers will get their chance to be on the clock in the 2026 draft. No first-round pick this year or next year, thanks to the deal acquiring Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys before the start of the 2025 regular season. The Packers currently slated for pick number 52 overall tonight. They'll also have a third-round pick this evening as well. Plenty to get you set all day, reacting to last night's first round and getting set for the Packers picks tonight. Here on ESPN Wisconsin, Wilde and Tausch with Homer in for Tausch as our cousin sub of the day, continuing until noon. More coverage all afternoon long. And then ESPN Wisconsin Draft Night, streaming live and free on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock, takes you through the conclusion of round 3 tonight. That show will not be on the radio tonight on 100.5 ESPN because we're Madison's home of the Brewers. And the Crew start the 3-game homestand with the Pirates, 6:40 first pitch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch with Steve the Homer True in as our cousin sub of the day, cousin subs. We believe in better. This is a Packers-centric show, but the Bucs have selected a new head coach. And it just so happens to be someone who was coaching his previous team when I famously and uncomfortably, if you listen to the show regularly, you remember when our friend David Gruber gave us his courtside seats to a Bucs-Grizzlies game. And I was uncomfortable, didn't like it. Tausch teased me endlessly for it. Sydney and I enjoyed sitting there for a little while, but there are all kinds of rules. I don't ever want to sit courtside again. Not because I'm some sort of, I'm too good for this by any means. I was just uncomfortable. I don't like being uncomfortable. This morning's Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel has a story on new Bucs coach Taylor Jenkins. And I am very familiar with Taylor Jenkins' butt because it was in my face for much of that game because he would stand in front of people that are sitting courtside. So imagine my surprise when Matt, one of our avid listeners, sends me the photo that the Journal-Sentinel used of Taylor Jenkins.
You're in it.
And there's Sid and I watching him direct traffic. It's been a long time since I've been in the Journal-Sentinel, back when I wrote for it. But that was fun. I got a kick out of that.
Why would you not tell us that in your tease? Oh, man.
Why? Why do I need to tell you that?
This is incredible to believe. In the paper, they have a photo of the new coach, and I'm in the photo with my daughter. Next. Who wouldn't want to get more on that versus the high? I mean, this is 10 times better than the most important thing of your day. This is incredible.
Oh, and so then you're saying that I actually undersold this?
Way undersold it. And then you can say, and the picture was how many years ago? What are the chances? Come on. When you meet him, you should show him the picture. I think they hired you because the photo you have was with me in it. But anyway,
I think Sid and I will sign it, and we'll give it to Dan Smeechek to give it to Taylor, wishing him luck.
I mean, this is incredible. And you're it's not like you're in the photo in the back, you know. It's you can see it. Like, no, the picture of you is as clear as the picture of him. It's incredible.
It is.
I think this was made up. I don't believe it. I think you made this up. You can do that stuff. Yes, I believe it's AI. I want to be on record.
I sent it to Sid, who is not supposed to have her phone in class, but she did see this.
How can you prove it's not AI? How do we know it's not
AI? I guess I can't prove it. It's not. I'm telling you. I think I have a track record of telling the truth. You don't
but
actually.
The paper could have AI'd it. Do you remember that game?
No, we were at the game. And Sydney's first response to me was, "That's the guy."
Well, wait a minute.
I
know the guy next to you, to your left. I think it's Peter Helf, the Chicken Man.
Again, I don't know who. I
Did
know
you meet him?
to my left in the photo.
Yeah, he's in
later
blue.
in the game. Your good friend Ted Kellner.
Yes,
sat
then that's
there
Peter
in the second half.
They're best buddies. That's Peter Helf. I can't wait till I see him and tell him you're in the photo too. Woo.
Yes.
Oh,
so
baby.
Ted came for the second half, and Sid and I sat and talked with him. He could not have been nicer. It's the first time I've actually met Ted Kellner.
Really?
And he was great. And so I did not know. Again, the Chicken Man, is that who's sitting next to me?
Yeah, he ran the KFCs all in there. He and Ted are very close, fabulous person, one of the great Catholics on the planet Earth. We had a debate yesterday about his faith, and he said, I'm not a real Catholic. I don't believe in other. I'm a lost Catholic or whatever. He's a spectacular person, and he works for Marcus, and then they sold their restaurants. And he bought them all from him, and the rest is history. He ran the business for a number of years. Yes, every time I see him say, you killed more chickens than anybody else. No, those were Ted's tickets, guaranteed. You don't make that much from killing chickens.
You killed more chickens than anyone else.
Anybody in the history of the state.
So that was fun. That was a fun thing to see this morning. We got a big kick out of that.
Wow, this is unbelievable.
So I'm more stunned by the fact that you think this is as big of a deal as you think it is.
Let people vote. Let people vote. Because I want to emphasize, if people haven't seen it, they won't believe it. You don't expect your picture to be as clear as the coach. You're right there.
Congrats on making it into the Journal-Sentinel, by the way. That's a big step for you.
Okay, this is how you know how special those tickets are. Ted Kellner's sitting next to you. Yes. Ain't nobody shopping at Aldi in that row.
Other than Sydney and I.
Correct.
Because we shop there all the time.
Because they weren't your tickets.
Exactly. So I was going to send that to David as well. So I did not realize that when he offered us his tickets that night, that the next Bucks coach was standing in front of us. It is an I will say this about, and again, I don't want to sit there. I appreciate the opportunity. We talked about it the next day after I went to that game. But it is amazing, like, for the amount of money the Ted Kellners of the world pay for that kind of access and that kind of location.
I don't want to be in that row. I want to be back a couple rows.
Right. It's an obstructed view seat for much of the game if you're sitting over there.
John Steinmiller gave me 2 tickets once, and like, the ref gets in your way all the time. Like, can you move?
Right.
And then you think if you move just an inch, you could knock a player off. Yes, I want to be back 3 rows. Then you're up a little bit. You can see everything as well. But
as I said after that game as well, I thought it was interesting that they want you to, like, if you want to go to the bathroom or you want to go to the concession stand, they want you to get up while the game is going on. They don't, like, Logic told me, there's a timeout. Sid and I, let's go get a snack. And they say, no, you can't go. Because
during the game,
going into Taylor Jenkins' huddle.
And then you're out on the court and you can hit a player.
Right.
Yes.
So
I was scared I was going to do something.
So was I. Exactly. Yes. Their star guard was not playing in that game, so he was not going to run into me. But the whole idea of being on the floor while the play is going on at the other end, and no, I just
too close.
Yeah, I was John Morant. I did not want to cause him some sort of injury had he been playing. All right.
Can I ask one question about the hire of Taylor Jenkins?
Absolutely.
Of you guys, real quick.
It's not as big as this picture.
Instead of talking about his butt. Over under 0.5 playoff series wins for Taylor Jenkins as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Series wins.
Series
that has nothing
wins.
to do with him.
Well, kind of does. I mean,
No.
Like, is this hire going to matter, or is he going to go for a new job or get fired in 3 or 4 years if they don't do anything with him?
He's a good coach. It'll help, but you got one major problem. You have the worst owner in the history of professional sports. So, Red Auerbach couldn't have won with him.
So the Grizzlies reached the conference.
He was good. He had
finals.
Success.
They were decent. Yeah.
How far did they made the playoffs like at least 3 times when he was the coach, right?
He was successful there.
They made the playoffs 3 times in his 6 years in Memphis.
Okay. And he got fired, if I'm seeing this correctly. His team was 44-29 when they fired him during the 2025 season. 24-25. What?
I don't have an answer to that.
That seems to me that might be that he might have a chance, but it would certainly help if he had good players on his roster, and we'll see what the Giannis story becomes. All right, enough about the photo. I did think it would be fun, but we need more draft conversation. I am getting pelted in our YouTube comments. They wanted the good people of the YouTube comments, Jesse, where I know you enjoy them. They have lots of players that they want to talk about. I don't personally
that are available today.
That are still available, that are still on the board.
Do they want to hear more from Goody's late night press conference?
Did Goody mention any of these players that were available today that he might consider taking?
He did not.
No,
he did not.
Too bad. I'm sure he covered important stuff.
Did he tell you what they ate for dinner last night
in the room? But again, we will hear from Goody. because some of the things do apply to how things are going to potentially play out tonight. We will do that after we play a little bit of trivia. Let's get a fresh start. That I agree with.
Are you complaining about what we're doing, that we need a fresh start? I think, why don't you tease how good this time has been, and then you can tell us what it is.
I'll be honest, I think the discussion of the photo went longer than I intended it to.
There's nothing you're going to do today as good as that photo. You understand that?
It lasted. The conversation lasted longer than I intended.
I don't
thought
care
it was a
how
funny
long it
little
lasts.
thing that happened
Nothing
today.
on the show today is going to be good. People will get it, the photo, they're going to show it to other people. They're going to be amazed that it was as if you were the writer and you used your photo. Give it your best shot, but we'll take a poll at the end of the show. What was the best part of this show? And you come up with whatever you got. I'm taking the photo.
I would assume it would be clips from Goody's press conference from last night. That were the best.
Give it your best shot. Sell your choice.
Jesse, what's today's category? What caller do you want?
First round NFL draft pick in 2026, still available in the 2026 NFL draft, or Vortex Optics employee.
I love it. This may be the best thing we do today. All right.
First round pick still available, or Vortex employee, the category.
So the Packers held pick number 20 until they obviously traded it for Micah Parsons. So then the Cowboys had it, and then the Eagles used it. So caller 20 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 20 will play Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf next. So stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Now you know I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. I loved it then, and I love enjoying Pizza Hut, making new memories with my family now. It's also safe to say things were a lot less expensive when I was a kid, and everything seems to be extra expensive right now, except this. At Pizza Hut, you can get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. You can try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust, crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, and finished with a garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. A great meal to feed the whole family for just $10. Yep, that still exists. Feed good times with a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 right now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Steady. I hit my thumb.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Did you swear that you'd get that house project done ages ago and now it's causing you real pain? From leaky faucets to light fixtures, let our handyman team at Bruner Realty fix it all. Fast, friendly, and without the agony. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin.
Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquartered in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
A very fun idea from Jesse for today's Wilde and Tausch trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Iron Jock. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. By Cousin Subs. Try the new Protein Power Plays. For subs loaded with protein and made with fresh ingredients you love. All for just $7.99. And by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
Let's welcome in our contestant. It is one of the GOATs, Sparky in Sussex. Sparky, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you, Jason? How are you, Homer?
Well, I'm great because I've got Homer as our cousin sub
Thanks
today.
for
What a
asking.
fun thing. You want to ask him how he's doing since you're always so interested in how other people are doing?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, you.
No, it's not my show. It's your show.
Sparky, we're glad to have you, buddy. The category, creatively created, if that's a word, by Jesse. A first-round pick from last night. A player who is still available in tonight's second and third rounds. Or a Vortex employee. Question number 1. Joe Hamilton. Is he a 2026 first-round draft pick? A 2026 NFL draft prospect who is still available? Or a Vortex employee?
Good luck. You don't really want to know this. You shouldn't know this.
I'm gonna say a Vortex employee.
Not only is he a Vortex employee, he is the president and CEO of Vortex Optics.
He's been on the show before.
How is anybody supposed to know that?
You gotta
know he's not one of the other two. Yeah.
How do you know it's not one of the other two?
Also, Joe Hamilton's a big deal. He's got a podcast series. He's been on
Hamilton being drafted too. I'm going to check to see if there's a Hamilton.
He's asked the questions on Wilde and Tausch Trivia before when we were out at Vortex Golf last November.
Not as good as the photo, but impressive.
I'm getting the sense that Homer does not think this is as good of an idea as I do. All right, question 2, Sparky, is this. Monroe Freeling. Is he a 2026 first-round NFL draft pick, a 2026 NFL draft prospect who's still available, or is he a Vortex Optics employee?
I'm sorry, what were the categories? It was a
Good
Vortex,
luck again.
a pick, or available. I think he's a lineman. I think he was drafted last night.
I don't know who the marketing director of Vortex Optics is, but it is not Monroe Freeling. He is indeed a first-round pick, having been selected last night. All right. Chance to go 3 for 3, Sparky.
Offensive tackle from Georgia, selected 19th overall by the Carolina Panthers, Monroe Freeling.
T.J. Parker. T.J. Parker. Was he the 23rd overall pick last night? Is he the 23rd best player remaining on Mel Kiper's big board? Or has he been a 23-year employee of Vortex Optics?
Well, I'm guessing there was one pick from each category. I'm going to say he's still available.
Smart cat, man. That's a savvy veteran right there, boy. Bravo, Sparky.
Edge rusher from Clemson. 23rd best player available, according to Mel Kiper.
Jesse, do you feel like you were a little predictable there?
Well, I actually thought Sparky might think it was so predictable that he would go the opposite way and think I wouldn't do it. So it was kind of I was trying to play chess when I should have just played checkers.
So he's thinking, oh, well, Jesse's way too savvy. He wouldn't make it one of each.
Turns out he doesn't think that highly of my savviness, and that's fine.
He has you pegged.
It was a lucky guess.
You got all 3 right. And you have a chance now to win some fabulous prizes from Vortex Golf, from Cousin Subs, and from Iron Jock. And maybe someday, if you play your Go ahead.
Can I just say something quick while I have a chance?
I guess so.
Tread carefully.
Yeah, I will. I know Homer hates this, but Homer's one of the best people I've ever met. He's helped us out a lot with some charitable things, and God bless Homer.
Thank you. That's what my dad said to say.
To be fair, I've said it as well, and he responds similarly. He doesn't. You've gotten better about that, though, accepting the fact that despite your gruff exterior, you are a good person, and accepting that praise.
It's the one thing I've actually taken the advice of my dad. He said this years ago when he goes, just say thanks. That's all. And you can move on, but just tell people thank you. It's not that hard.
And then you said, Dad, I love you, and thanks for never coming to any of my sporting events, because every time I'm on the radio with Wilde, he talks about our relationship.
I never grew growing up. They were supposed to go. He didn't care about sports. I didn't know how to be a fan. I was a fan of the Packers because I thought if you're going to be a fan, don't you pick teams that win? No, you live near Chicago. I don't care if I live near Miami. Why would I pick a team I'm going to pick the best team. Packers were the best team. Yeah.
Sparky, thanks for playing, and thanks for saying nice things about Homer.
Sorry, I got sidetracked. You're the best. Your daughter is too.
Love you guys.
That is Sparky and Sussex, are today's contestant. All right. For those of you clamoring for a discussion of who is available for the Green Bay Packers at number 52, I know that I elicited some.
Oh, jeez.
Sure.
Do you have anybody else who spoke yesterday in the Packer organization? Because I don't want to leave it just Goody. Maybe someone else.
Will Floor say anything?
Talked as well. Sorry. Back to your intro.
How's it going tonight, guys?
We will spend some time talking about some of the players that are still on the board, if you are so inclined and interested. And we will also hear from Goody again. That's all still ahead with Steve the Homer True as our cousin sub of the day. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. Well, the draft, the basketball playoffs, and another exciting baseball season, all signs that we're much closer to the start of summer. And as the weather gets warmer and the days get longer, that means more sunlight and more reasons to make the energy switch to Everlight Solar. Wouldn't you love to have a way to save money and save the planet? Well, good news, there is a way. and it's by making the switch to solar. Our family is one of the many who have made this switch over the last several years, and when we were ready to make the switch, we met with the Everlight Solar team, and they outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. It was super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more. Schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
Wizarowski, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Madison's home of the Brewers.
To high drive. Fair and gone.
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Watching it sail. It's a grand slam.
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management and the Metro family of auto dealers.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
My husband had purchased something at another store. He was very unhappy with the quality of it. We went into Chalmers and just started looking around and kind of got inspired to do something together that was unique for us.
It really isn't any more expensive to do a one-of-a-kind custom piece.
I love it. It's beautiful. I get a lot of compliments on it.
Turned out how I hoped it would.
It really makes me feel good to wear.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Hey Madison IKEA fans, great news! IKEA is now closer than ever with our brand new pickup point at the University Bookstore on State Street. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day, absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you know and love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter at IKEA.us or the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore pickup point. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
Hear that? That's the hail sale rolling into Metro Ford of Madison. Oh, hell yeah. The storms may have passed, but here's the win. Insurance has already handled it. So what does that mean for you? Serious savings on a huge selection of Ford vehicles. If you've been thinking about upgrading, this is your moment to save big. Got a trade-in? Bring it in paid off or still making payments. Our lenders are ready to work with you and help get deals approved. Timing matters, and right now is the time. Don't miss your shot at the hail sale, going on now at Metro Ford of Madison.
We're on the Badgers.
The bottom line on it is you're going into a monster season.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And now there's more change, more things that aren't stable than there ever has been before.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
So the Green Bay Packers have not selected a player yet in the 2026 NFL Draft. And so, Jesse, it is time for the Green and Gold Draft Preview.
Let's take a closer look at this week's matchup. This is the Green and Gold Game Preview.
Close! It's the Green and Gold Draft Preview. And we're not taking a look at the matchup. We're taking a look at the board with the Packers currently slated to make the 52nd overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. 3 big questions as we enter rounds 2 and 3 tonight and the Packers soon to be.
3 of them?
On
3
the clock.
Questions?
3 questions for you.
All right.
Homer, what's the biggest storyline for the Packers in this NFL draft?
Given that they did nothing and Goody talked, now that they're doing something, will Goody not talk?
No, he'll talk at the end of the night again. He will talk again at the end of the night. Yep.
Now, the number one by far, and it's not even close, is would they be interested in taking Jermod McCoy, a cornerback from Tennessee, who, if he can get healthy, will be a first-team All-Pro at some point in his career. He's ranked as one of the top players. He's not taken because he had didn't play last year with a torn ACL and may have other issues to deal with, but he's the best player available by about 5 times. But I don't know if Goody has. I don't want to say guts because I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But that's the big story.
We talked about him on your show.
Yeah.
And the reluctance that teams have of drafting damaged goods.
Correct.
And the risk involved. And Goody has been willing to take some risks. I mean, look, Luke Musgrave had knee problems at Oregon State, played only 2 games his last year for the Beavers, and I would argue that drafting him in the 2nd round was taking a chance, right, based on his injury history. And what's happened?
A mistake. No, it was a mistake.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, okay.
Justin Harrell ruptured his tendon in his elbow his last year at Tennessee. Ted Thompson thought he would have been a top 5 pick if he'd have been healthy. He wasn't. They took him 16th in 2007 instead of trading with the Browns, who wanted to acquire that pick to take Brady Quinn. And what happened with Justin Harrell?
That was a mistake, too.
Right. And so
you got any others that went well, or you're convinced that you just don't take?
I'm trying to think of examples. I'm sure there are some.
No, there's not a good one, because if it was a good one, you'd remember it.
It would spring to mind right away. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, I changed my mind. Forget that.
But again, the question becomes, how far down does he fall? Right? Because at some point the risk is worth it. Is the risk worth it at 52?
No. The risk is worth it in the 7th round.
Yeah, maybe sometime on day 3. I think if you're going to take guys like Colin Oliver, for example, the Packers drafted him last year believing that he probably wasn't going to be able to play much. He had a major hamstring injury, and it turned out he was active for that Vikings game that Tausch likes to tease me about covering. John Williams, the offensive lineman they took in the 7th round, he had a back issue. Turned out he ended up taking a medical red shirt. But again, that's different in rounds 5, 6, 7 versus 2nd round. So I don't know where McCoy will eventually go.
I got him off my list. I'm convinced.
Well, since when are you so easily swayed by me?
Depends
like you
on
just
the topic,
you were
depends
drafting
on the
him
information
a minute ago, and now you're out on him completely.
All right, hold on. Okay, my answer to your question is I just needed you to give me one where you say, this guy had an injury last year in college, and it is, if one existed, you would have remembered it immediately because it would have been an impressive decision taking someone who didn't play an entire last season. Nothing comes to mind, so I'm out.
Yeah, I'm sure there are other. I just can't think of a Packers example of that. I'm sure there have been examples of that, and I'm sure that our YouTube commenters will have some. So
I'm out. Now we have another question. I failed on the first 2 questions.
No, that was just the first one, right, Jesse?
Yeah, we're on to the second one now, which is this: what position would you feel would be the best success for the Packers to address with one of their picks tonight?
I have not been, nor will ever be, a position guy. I am a talent guy. And so when they say it's always about the talent, I think that's generally true, other than replacement value. If we really suck at a position, I might have to adjust something in that regard. But you need players, and the obvious answer is cornerback, offensive line, and defensive line. But, that's 3 different positions. You're going to have 20 people to pick from, or who knows, 120, and pick the best one. But if somebody's, other than a punter, if somebody's just is an Aaron Rodgers, not a quarterback but another position, I'm going to take him. I'll take my chances finding somebody else in those other areas. Did that answer the question?
That was a pretty lame answer, but yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have teased it that way, that's for sure. Look, I think there's 3 positions that they need. I think there's 3 positions that, as I said yesterday, they can't go wrong taking the position, but to Homer's point, you can certainly go wrong by taking the wrong guy at that position.
It's all about the player.
Right.
And 3 positions is a lot of positions. Not only 3, we have the offensive line, which could be multiple people, right? We didn't say tackle or guard or whatever. So now that's a wide range. But yeah, it'll come down to how good the player is. Way more important than the other stuff. And if the player's really good and he's not one of those 3, no one's going to complain.
Offensive line, corner, and defensive tackle. I still believe those are the 3 above all else positions of need. I do think they have other needs, but if they get an offensive lineman in the second round that they think can be their 6th man, so to speak, and then start some games this year when injuries strike, I think that would be a win. If they can get a defensive tackle who can actually play nose for one, because it sounds to me like Goody thinks he's just going to try everybody there, and I don't think nose is quite the same as other defensive tackle, 3 technique, etc. I don't. You need a big dude that's going to be able to hold the point of attack there on the center, and I don't know if Nasir Stackhouse is that guy. I know Hargrave has played there at times during his career, but not all the time, and he strikes me as a guy that you don't want to have to. I don't want to say waste at nose tackle, but that guy's just eating up blocks and stuff, right? So I think that makes sense, and then corner still to me is their biggest need on their team, and whether they can get your guy McCoy at a discount or get someone else that can come in and contribute, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm intrigued by that. I think that's important, and so I know we've got a couple of people in the YouTube comments that want Colton Hood, who I believe is the running mate to your guy McCoy.
Yeah, I want to take 2 on this because I messed up the first time.
Okay,
all right,
the floor is yours.
This is easy. This is easy. This is easier than easy. Brian Bulaga is worried about the offensive line. If Brian Bulaga is worried about the offensive line, I'm getting an offensive lineman. And next question.
Next question.
Easy enough. All right, our green and gold draft
apologize
preview.
For being so
That's a
terrible the first time.
much better answer. Appreciate
Thank
that,
you.
Homer. Yeah, it was good. All right, last one in our green and gold draft preview. Fans will universally celebrate a successful night for the Green Bay Packers in the NFL draft tonight if blank. How do you fill in that blank? Fans will universally celebrate a successful night for the Packers in the draft tonight if blank. Homer?
I'm defer to Jason. I don't have an answer.
This segment is really, I think, gone well.
No, they have no first round pick. Hold on, let me help you on this.
He recalled his answer. I need a do-over. Now this one, he's not even doing it the first time.
I don't need a do-over.
And then he's going to ask for a do-over. He's going to do over all 3 answers he's had.
You know the answer. Fans obsess on the first round pick. I have fought this for years. All you care about is the team the guy puts together. Ron Wolf had horrible first round picks sometimes. Nobody cared. But people obsess on the first round pick. We have the benefit of people not obsessing on the first round pick because they don't have one. My knowledge of fans is this draft is meaningless. People don't have any emotion about the draft based on how much emotion they generally have about the first round pick over everything else, even though fans are wrong on that.
I have a very simple answer to this. That's a pretty good answer for not having one.
Thank you.
I think they got to take the Culver's guy from Iowa. What's his name? Dunker?
Jennings Dunker.
Yeah.
I think with his mullet and with his connection with an iconic Wisconsin brand that I still wish was a partner of
They're
the show.
probably going to have to take him with their first pick because he's 71 according to the athletic guy. The center, on the other hand, is 95, and Bulaga likes him as well. So that might be an alternative.
Isn't it John Anderson who says take the BHA, best Hawkeye available?
I would say you would have done
that's not
well
a bad
over time
idea
with that, right?
Yeah. Their
Who's
track
the worst
record in the NFL
Hawkeye?
is pretty damn good.
Who's the worst Hawkeye the Packers ever took?
They took Abdul Hodge, who was a linebacker who never
Didn't
really
he get
panned out for them.
I know the answer to this one.
And then, of course, Jesse. Have you worn that jersey?
Nah, it's a little snug. It's a little snug.
Wait,
Jason.
you lost all that weight. I thought it was going to fit perfectly when I got it.
And yet it was still a little snug, so Josh must have been a slim guy when they drafted him. Josh Jackson, the corner in the second round, who had a bunch of pick sixes against the Badgers and Ohio State, and I thought he was going to be so good. Stole him, and he was a first-round projected player. His stock plummeted going into the draft. They took him in the second, and he just never amounted to anything.
Apparently the plummeting stock was appropriate. Do you remember why?
I don't. It was a mystery to me as a fan. I don't know. Maybe everybody else knew something, but I didn't.
Jesse's famous prediction that he would be a better player than Jair Alexander, who was taken in the first round. But he does have. I found this on Facebook Marketplace. Jesse has his autographed Josh Jackson jersey, which apparently he doesn't fit into, so he needs to frame and put on a wall somewhere.
It was Jackson then, not Jacobs.
Josh Jackson. Correct.
Jackson.
Josh Jacobs is doing just fine.
Now I remember.
Yeah, he's turned out to be all right. All right. For those that want to hear more from Goody, because guess what? There are people in the YouTube comments who want to hear more from Goody, who thought he was pretty good last night.
No.
None of them are named Homer. We will hear from him at the top of the 11 o'clock hour. We are going to go through a few names of players who are still available and who took a visit to Green Bay as their top 30 visits.
Can I ask you a quick question? No. How do you find out about the visits? Is that common knowledge, or is that just Jason Wilde?
No, I don't chase those. There are agents that like to tell certain members of the media.
Oh.
And Tom Silverstein did a great job with those. He reported them. He had one, I think, that he recalled, kind of like your answer to one of those questions. But other than that, I think he had them all. So he did an awesome job, and I rely on that. And Packers Wire also has a convenient list, and the Packers do have a track record.
Do they tend to draft somebody from that group often?
The Packers have a pretty lengthy track record of drafting guys that came for 30 visits, including Matthew Golden a year ago.
In the early rounds, up through
Edgerrin
Cooper.
Edgerrin Cooper came for a visit a few years ago, and the Packers picked him. Christian Watson.
So that would be a pretty
visit.
good That would be a pretty good list to look at for these
Correct.
first two picks.
Which is why we're going to do that.
Nice
next.
tease.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
Brewers baseball is back.
Bowers a drive to right. It's way back and gone.
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Mark Tauscher here, and tonight is the night. It's finally time for our favorite football team to draft some new players to join the roster. For those young players, it's one of the best nights of their lives, and that definitely has me feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. If you want to make sure you get that big spring paint project you've been planning at home done right, then I suggest you do what my family did and trust the pro painters at Home and Lindsay Paints. Get connected with the perfect pro painter for what your project calls for by simply stopping in to any Madison area Home and Lindsay location. The team at Home and Lindsay will help pair you with the best pro for the job. And Home and Lindsay is the one paint you can trust to withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. And there certainly has been some crazy weather over the last month. Home and Lindsay, great paint, great people, and check them out at homeandlindsay.com. And stick around for Feel Good Friday, coming up to close out this edition of Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Steinhoffels. April is Sleep Awareness Month. Get $300 in Steinhoffels cash with a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Sleep better and wake up feeling refreshed. Relax. It's Steinhoffels. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. All eyes are on the 2026 NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, and according to ESPN NFL Draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. in his recent appearance on Wilde and Tausch, there's at least one Wisconsin Badgers player who expects to hear his name called this weekend.
Mason Reiger can play. I mean, when you can play at that level and you can get after the quarterback and you do the job after the season was over, you do everything the right way. I think he's the kind of kid you get into the fourth round area there. We're going to be talking a lot, I think, about him early day 3.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your window shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. But you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Devontae Wyatt, Christian Watson, Dontavion Wicks, Carl Brooks, and last year Matthew Golden, Anthony Belton, Savion Williams, and a couple of undrafted free agents. The list goes on and on. The Packers tend to get a high percentage of their pre-draft visitors onto their football team. Ben Sims, Chipotle Ben, was an example. And so, if you're trying to figure out who might be selected by the Packers today at 52 and 84, or wherever they wind up being, here are a few names that are on their pre-draft 30-visit list. Georgia State wide receiver Ted Hurst. He is projected as a potential third-round pick.
Teddy.
And again, there were some of us on the program that were ridiculed for picking a wide receiver on WBAY. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. Arkansas running back Mike Washington.
Ooh, like him a lot.
I
like him.
He is a day 2, projected as a day 2 pick, and the aforementioned Josh Jacobs is a is a older player now, and he's got 2 years left on his deal this year and next year, but they don't have a clear-cut backup. So I think that is one of those names that is worth keeping in mind. This is a guy that you and I talked about last night on your program. Again, I sometimes want to call him Lee Harvey, which is not his actual name. He is a defensive tackle from Texas Tech. His name is Lee Hunter. He may be gone by the time the Packers pick at 52. So if they want him, they may have to go up and get him. But nevertheless, Homer, you're fascinated by this guy too. And so
because
Lee
I've
Hunter,
always talked about the importance of practicing well at the Senior Bowl, and that seems to be something. And because I'm part of the show tonight, I felt like I had to do some research and said, be a good year to see how those guys do. And he was mentioned, as was Washington, I think. And the other guy, did he come get a visit? Kyle Lewis, linebacker out of Pitt, or was he not part of the 30? Because he also got high grades for practice.
he was not among their visits, but again, it's not every pick they have in for a visit gets picked, and it's not every pick they make came in for a visit. Right. So that doesn't rule him out by any means.
Who was the wide receiver? Was that Hurst?
Hurst, and then there's another wide receiver who also came in for a visit, and fans of our program are familiar with him because I talked about him. Chris Brazzell.
Yeah, Hurst is also mentioned as a great Senior Bowl practice guy.
Mm-hmm. Chris Brazzell is he started out at Tulane and then transferred to Tennessee, and he led the SEC in receiving yards and touchdowns last season. And that is not a small accomplishment in that league. So, again, if they pick a wide receiver tonight, will you be happy or disappointed? Because as needs go, it's not as glaring. But, again, they moved on from two, and they've got two that are in the last year of their contracts.
Brazzell don't like, my guy says, long way to go. I will be very disappointed because, of course, as I change my position, I will be very disappointed if they don't take an offensive lineman because Brian Bulaga is concerned about the offensive line. So,
rightfully so. All right, we will, for those of you that want to hear more from Goody, which I know Homer is not among you.
Excuse me. Please introduce him appropriately because this is of significance because anybody just joining the show, when you say, hey, we've got more from Goody and what he said last night, because a certain percentage are going to go, he talked last night? This is Goody from last night, right?
It will be, yes, Goody speaking.
Okay.
His very informative post-round one
Whatever it is,
press
just say
conference.
it's Goody from last. That's all I'm asking is that you mentioned it from last night.
We will hear more from Goody from last night.
What did all the writers do
Thank
all
you.
night sitting around there doing nothing? Like, did you guys play cards or anything? Like,
did some not show up?
I was on our draft coverage for about an hour with Strofe and John Anderson. I did a TV report from inside Lambeau Field for the 10 o'clock news. I went to Goody's press conference in which I asked two of the 8 questions.
Can I ask you a follow-up on that?
Sure.
Did you know ahead of time there was a Goody press conference? And to be honest, were you surprised or shocked that there actually was one?
I'll go you one better. I requested one. I was skeptical whether it would actually happen.
they did it because you asked them
And I was thrilled that he did.
Excuse me, sir. Why were you skeptical? I'm you felt it necessary to add that, and I appreciate that.
Goody only talked because you asked him to last night.
That's not what I said.
He did not say that, but I had the same thought. I would wonder if Goody would say that because of your credibility.
There were others who wanted him to speak as well. And I was glad that he did, even though you two knuckleheads weren't. I was surprised because, as I mentioned earlier in the show, not about Taylor Jenkins' butt, but about bumping into the new defensive coordinator in the hallway,
Yes,
who
they have
still
a new
has not
defensive
spoken.
coordinator who hasn't talked for 2 years, and yet on the day in which they draft no one, they talk. I love it. Thank you for making that clear, even though you haven't mentioned it that way.
I was skeptical only because we haven't talked to the defensive coordinator yet. So, without further ado, the 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes with all the great stuff Goody had to say, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors. Trusted and local experts providing the best quality roof, siding, windows, and doors. Expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. The NFL draft continues with rounds 2 and 3 in Pittsburgh tonight. And finally, the Green Bay Packers will have an opportunity to be on the clock. After trading their first-round picks to the Dallas Cowboys for the 26 and 27 drafts, because of that Micah Parsons trade before the start of the regular season last year. The Packers' first pick slated to be number 52 overall tonight. We'll see what the Packers decide to do. Plenty to get you set for it. Continuing on Wilde and Tausch with Homer in as your cousin sub of the day for Tausch. And all day long on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. That does include ESPN Wisconsin Draft Night tonight. Streaming live starting at 6 o'clock on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Live local coverage, reacting, analyzing what the Packers choose to do tonight in the draft. It will not air over the radio because the Brewers game will be on. They're facing Skeens and the Pirates. 6:40 first pitch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour. The moment you've all been waiting for of Wilde and Tausch begins now. We already played one clip from Goody. We've got not one, not two, not three, but 4 more clips from Brian Gutekunst. Homer could just take this segment off.
No, I want to hear his analysis of what Goody has to say. That's the entire appeal here.
I'll stand by what everybody says.
Let's begin. Brian Gutekunst speaking last night after the Green Bay Packers did not select a player. Here he is on whether a trade up was a real possibility in the first round.
Not really. John Eric took care of all that. He was, trading all over the place. So, which was really cool to see. But no, again, we didn't really expect for that to happen. To get up into the first round was going to be quite expensive. Certainly, if it wouldn't have been, we may have entertained it, but that never really came.
So there were people that thought, maybe they go up to 32 with Schneider. Wasn't that something that was discussed?
Not if they listened to you in the time prior to the draft.
That's true. But as is sometimes the case, the big fella doesn't listen to me. But did I not say that they were not trading up yesterday, Jesse?
You did say that multiple times, and
nobody wanted to listen.
Most people did. A couple people were like, maybe they will. We needed some drama last night, but I think everybody knew.
That's why I wish you would have not shown up.
Why would I not show up? I have work to do.
No, hey, they're not trading up. What do I need to do?
I didn't go.
I get all my stuff.
I didn't go to Lambeau because I was worried that I'd be wrong and they'd trade up and pick someone. I went to do the show, to do my stand-up for the TV newscast, and to be there for Goody if he spoke after I requested him.
What Packers news actually occurred last night?
News, it depends on how you define the word news. So that is...
Doesn't it always?
Because it would have been great if they would have gone, Jason's at home. Jason, why are you at home? I told everybody for months they weren't going to trade ahead. They weren't going to move up, and I was comfortable with that position, and there's no reason to go. I'll be there tomorrow when they pick someone, though I can still give you all the other appropriate information you might want to know. I'm shocked that Goody actually spoke, but he didn't. At home, it would have been great.
Yeah, I was glad I was there. Clip number 2 from Goody for
like
your
you had
entertainment.
to say that. I appreciate that. Wasn't necessary, but you just felt like you had to say it, right? You wouldn't want anybody to think you actually agreed with me and go, hey, Homer, nice idea. Maybe if this happens next year or in the future.
Goody also said that there were no major surprises in the way the draft board fell.
How many quotes do we have Goody saying that nothing happened? We're now at 2. I say we might get to
I think
4.
it really kind of fell.
I'll let you be the judge.
There's always, a couple things. Maybe guys went a little higher, a little lower than we expected, but I didn't think there was any really major surprises like there are at times. But the board held up. I felt fairly well, kind of like we expected it to.
He looks like he doesn't know what he is doing there.
We got 2 no's. What's the over and under on? Nothing happened. We've heard 2 versions. Come on, Jason. Keep bringing this stuff out.
That is the face of someone who's like, why are we doing this? Why did Jason ask me to do this press conference?
It's the principle of the thing. So nothing surprised him, and there were no trade-up possibilities. How about the fact that your NFC North rivals got better by adding a player?
They actually did something.
And you did not. Here's how Goody responded to Bill Huber asking about that.
You look at your rivals are getting better today. Or is it just that you got Micah Parsons and that's good enough?
Yeah, we got better. Not in with this particular pick, we got better a whole year earlier. So no. To answer your question, I will say, and this is no different than the other draft. When you sit there wherever you're picking and you're watching good players come off the board that you've put a lot of time scouting and you appreciate their skill set. Yeah, it's never fun. I mean, you always no, we looking back and doing what we did, I think I certainly I don't think there's any players that were in this draft that can compete with that one.
I don't think there was any players in this draft that I think could compete with that one.
Actually, there was. I don't know if it was Bailey or there was somebody that they mentioned with the speed that they had that it would have been fair to compare him to Micah Parsons.
Yes, I think you're referring to the number 2 overall pick, David Bailey, edge rusher from Texas Tech, who went to the Jets at number 2.
Just they acted like what they talked about him made me think that was Parsons like, though it doesn't mean that he's going to be like that. By the way, I didn't add yet, but I think I've become obsessed with Saban because I thought he was spectacularly good, and the information and the way they talked about the players I thought was as good a coverage as I can remember for the draft.
So you're saying he said something more interesting than Goody did? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, and he tried not to be too negative. I was mostly watching the Knicks against the Hawks because as the Knicks struggle, it reinforces my belief that Goody could end up with the Knicks next year. Not Goody, Giannis. Sorry, no one's ever confused.
I'll say this. If Goody winds up with the Knicks next year, now that'll be a story.
But I ended up going back because I just thought his opinion on stuff was really good. I'll see how much it plays out in future years. Someone else can study and see if he was accurate.
Quick aside beyond the photograph of Sydney and I watching Taylor Jenkins' butt. Does this help or hurt or have no effect whatsoever on the possibility of Giannis staying in Milwaukee?
Help or hurt him as the coach, or I want to make sure I have the question right.
Help, hurt, or no impact whatsoever on Goody or Giannis's decision?
You mean the Bucks?
Yes. Does
yes,
hiring Taylor
course.
Jenkins improve the chances or not?
None. They hired, I think, a good coach, and they'd like to have. I think they'd like to have Giannis back. I'm not even sure about that. Have the owners said that they are offering him the max, or I'm not even sure on the foundation to this. I think he's a good coach, and I'm sure they wanted to make him aware of it. He'd been here. What was he? Was he here 1 year? And but no, you can't let if Giannis said if you hire him, then I'll come back. That would be a factor, but I don't believe that occurred. But I think they told him what was going on, but I don't.
Yeah. I think they're done asking him what he wants them to do. That is, I think.
Well,
that
no, because
much is
I mean, as far as from a side, I don't think that Giannis is telling us what he really thinks. He said that he wanted to play, even though he was hurt, and they're out of the playoffs. Well, that's stupid. You want to be healthy next year for either the Bucks or whoever you play with, and the fact that Giannis said that made me think. Because I think he's smarter than that. He was saying what other people told him to say for whatever reason, like create a negativity, like, well, when you decide not to come back, it's because they didn't treat you well when you were at the end of the season. What do you mean? They're not stupid. And for you to say that they should have played you is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You're out of the playoffs and you're hurt. How many games did you miss? We want to do this for you. For whatever team you play with, us or someone else. And yet he said, I'm upset that they didn't. There's nothing he said in his career in Milwaukee as stupid as that. And I don't think he's stupid. So I'm not sure they can believe what he's saying is actually Giannis anymore.
Yeah, I would say that in some of those interviews that he was doing, that would have been the pushback to what he kept saying about how upset he was about him. Don't you acknowledge the fact that there's no. Right. Convince me of the upside.
Yes.
That there would have been.
You say you care about winning. You can't win.
Right.
And I'm not even saying to tank. I'm just saying, tanking or not, I'm not playing you because you've been hurt so much and you've had these injuries. My fear with Giannis, and I've said this, is injuries. And I think he's going to tear an Achilles before he's done playing basketball. It's amazing that he hasn't had it happen given the calf injuries, and I think the Bucks deserve immense credit for, given those injuries, never having him. They sat him out the 1 year in the playoffs because other teams didn't do it as well as they have.
And those guys blew out Achilles.
Yes. A significant number of them.
All right, now back to important things. One last clip from Goody that you've all been waiting for.
There's more.
You are. I have never felt more correct about my belief in calling you that you are sneaky mean. Because you've thrown these sneaky means out. You can't do an introduction regarding Goody now without making some shot at anybody who would question appropriately this insignificance of anything he said. You just can't let it go. Can you just introduce Goody? This is what Goody had to say last night. Go ahead.
The funny thing, you said earlier this week when he spoke, I don't know what he's going to say different this time than the other 3 times he's talked before the draft. And then you asked him again questions last night. It's the same thing. He didn't do anything.
Useful information from Goody here. He plans on staying at number 52 tonight when he does select in the NFL draft.
Yeah, I think obviously we, all the players that we have stacked, we're excited about, and but kind of the top of the second round is always a little bit chaotic. Everybody has a whole night to sleep on things, and people get panicky, and then there's all kinds of trades at times at the top of the second round. There always has been. it'll be interesting how the first 10 to 15 picks, happen tomorrow, and see if anybody gets close enough that we feel we may want to go up. But we feel pretty confident that we can stick where we're at and then take a good player.
We feel pretty confident we can
Yeah,
stick
based
where
on
we're
the
at and
Goody
take a
I
pretty
know,
good
he's
player.
trading down. I'm willing to bet $20 he's trading down. That's again.
Is that $20 out of the $100?
Yes,
that policy.
yes,
that
yes,
okay.
it's correct. That's
Which
how
tells-
confident I am based on what he said. I would have only gone 10 until that important comment from last night.
Thank
Now
you.
I'm going
That's
to
great
20.
to have you on board, acknowledging the importance of the general manager of the Green Bay Packers speaking with reporters at a valuable time and information that we needed. All right, the Packers again. 52 and 84 are their picks that they are scheduled to make tonight. We will see if they stick and
please
pick,
tell
or if
everybody
they
that
move
the
around.
Packers took Greg Jennings 1 year with 52 and Tim Harris with 84. Both
not the same draft though.
No, Hall of Fame Packer players.
Packers Hall of Famers.
It can
both of them
be
are.
done.
Indeed.
Yes.
Not out of the realm of possibility. All right, we'll roll on with Steve True as our cousin sub of the day after I tell you.
Do you have any more comments from Goody?
I do have more
We
clips
have
if
to
you'd
have played
like
the
some.
entire press conference at this point. You said you asked 2 of the 8 questions. We've played 5 clips. What else are we looking for?
No, we got a couple more if you want them. I know you're eager to hear them.
If
I
you
can
want
edit
them,
those up for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could you tease them a little bit? Is there anything in specific that you feel necessary to lead us into?
No, I don't think so. He did joke that he didn't think the night was productive, but that they got through it. That was his opening line when he walked in.
Jeez.
So he's Team Homer probably.
Did he make? Do you know what I would have? Do you know the one thing that he could have said? The percentage of players that are available after the night at 52. I don't know how you can do that. Like how many people on your board are left that you have ranked better than 52? Yeah. Now there's a question. Yeah.
Ask
That's
him
a
that
great
tonight.
question. He
And
probably
84
would not have
too.
told us that. But I
You
will
don't think
say
so?
what he said, again, you have to translate with Goody, as you well know, is that nobody went that they didn't already expect to go before 52. So that leaves basically all the people that he is, as of now, all the people that he thought would be available are still available.
20.
Now, will that be
20.
the case after the 42nd pick? I don't know.
He's got 20. Yep.
It'll be interesting to see who's on the board when they pick. Just like it's interesting to know that American Family Insurance has been with us from the jump as we approach our 10th anniversary as a show, and they're always a great call. We've been around the game a long time here on Wilde and Tausch, and I'll tell you, having the right people in your corner makes all the difference, and that's what you get with American Family Insurance. Local agents who understand what you've built and who help you protect it with the right home and auto coverage at the right price. So when life throws you something that you aren't expecting, you're ready. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance, a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch. More Wilde and Tausch with Uncle Homer as our cousin sub of the day next, so stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Here's something new. Right now, there's a hail sale at Zimbrick Chevrolet. After some of that crazy weather recently, Zimbrick Chevrolet has special offers you can take advantage on the lot right now. Their dings are your savings. With a limited inventory, you've got to hurry in to take advantage of the savings. Stop in on Main Street in Sun Prairie. Ask one of the terrific sales consultants at Zimbrick Chevrolet about additional savings off the advertised price. And remember, you can always stop by the dealership to check out their full inventory of new and used vehicles, plus schedule an appointment with their outstanding service team. Make it even easier by starting your search online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Hail sale! Their dings are your savings. Check it out right now at Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie. The name you can trust.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
It's well known that the boss at the exteriors company is a perfectionist.
It's a gift.
He not only oversees every job, he inspects each aspect of the operation to get to the root of what your project will actually need to be long-lasting.
Call 960-ROOF.
Oh, he's proud of all the reviews.
What can I say? Take a look.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our great friends at Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Conveniently located in between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch the action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get you in free with a paying adult at the gate and camp on site all weekend long. IndyCar is must-see and is coming up on June 18th through the 21st. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com to get tickets.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit badgerlandexteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's badgerlandexteriors.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. And when you look around right now, everything seems to be extra expensive in the world. Except this. Right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 at Pizza Hut. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside. Finished with garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Montages because the Packers weren't picking, and we didn't do like our Steinhoffel sleepers of the first round as guesses on who they might pick because they weren't picking anyone. So how exactly are you shoehorning in our Steinhoffel sleepers, Jesse?
So I think we do Steinhoffel sleepers, but we pick position other than the 3 that we've kept talking about that they could choose to address tonight. So corners off the table, offensive lines off the table, and interior defensive line off the table.
Okay.
So besides those...
That's easy.
Besides
don't
those
answer
3
yet,
positions...
We're going to play the imaging first.
You get to pick one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everybody ready?
It's amazing.
I know Homer's got his answer ready.
It's amazing how similar this job is when Homer's in as it is to when Tausch is here.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
He's great. He's a genius. We love him. We miss him when he's not here, but we've got a deep bench. Time now for our Steinhoffel sleepers of the draft.
Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Wakey, wakey.
Okay, campers, rise and shine.
It's time for the Steinhoff Sleepers of the Week on Wilde and Tausch.
All right, so let me make sure that I understand this correctly. We are picking a position that is a sleeper need for the Packers once they actually start picking.
Correct.
And Goody will be talking about at the end of tonight's festivities, and he'll have actual players to discuss.
So besides corner, besides offensive line, besides interior defensive line, a position that the Packers could address in the draft tonight, rounds 2 and 3.
All right, Homer, age before beauty. You
well,
go
I am
first.
certain of this, that they will address the position of guest on My Faith with Homer and Pip, because last night was the greatest honor to God in the history of NFL drafts. Literally every person or family, the first thing they talked about is the goodness and the greatness of God. I believe it was an all-time record. So I expect the Packers, when we hear from, do they have the players or family if you're a second or third?
Sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm expecting a future guest for My Faith with Homer and Pip. Other than that, running back is easy.
Does God care who wins games? Since you're the purveyor of God Talk, My Faith with Homer and Pip, you know, these guys, very rarely do I see a guy doing a post-game interview in which he lost, a heartbreaking loss, and he says, I want to thank God for the opportunity.
You need to follow Scotty Scheffler, because he will tell you that.
Very few have I seen.
Very few. That's correct.
Where they say, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for us gacking away a 25-point lead in the fourth quarter,
and as a matter of fact, I
be.
would assist them because, and I understand that with faith that everybody has a different view. But I believe as an accountant, and I've studied this, the history of one of God's greatness is to give people peace when things are horrible, way better than he actually does other things. For example, when they write books on how can God let bad things happen to good people, I go, you've done a very poor job of analyzing humanity. He's been letting this go for thousands of years, and I don't know why you would write a book, because he gets an F. Now, you may have an explanation for why, but on the other hand, the documented accounting history that I and others have done is he has an amazing ability. So actually it would be better and more appropriate if those losing spoke to, this is horrible, but I know I'll be okay, because when I ask God, he'll somehow find a way to give me some peace.
So are you taking our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ as your Steinhoff Sleeper of the Week?
No, I said running back.
Oh, okay.
I'm just glad. I'm glad that Jason gave me an opportunity. Well, I'm the one who opened it up.
Yeah, I definitely did not give you that opportunity. And
I want to mention the reason I brought it up is my wife brought it up watching the draft. She said, and I went in, and she goes, every person winning, every family, other mother and father, is all focusing on God before they talk about anything else. So sorry to get off track. It's the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah, it never happens. I look forward to listening to Mike Kelly's appearance on God Talk, My Faith with Homer and Pip, because it sounds to me, based on how you described it, that the former Badgers point guard and all-time great and a member of the Badgers Athletic Department Hall of Fame, he and I are kind of in the same place on faith. So I can't wait to listen to that.
I hope you do. It's one of the most memorable for me, and I will always be grateful to him.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I so want to say something right now. I'm just not gonna do it.
I can take it. Go ahead. It'd be good for you. This will be good for you.
Yeah.
You don't do this often.
No. Tight end is the sleeper position.
Oh, I like that too.
That
yes.
I see as a need. Tucker Kraft is awesome. Luke Musgrave has not been. And so I'm very curious to see, because I don't expect him to be re-signed after this season, which he's
Why
in last year.
did you pick tight end over running back?
Because you took running back. I don't think it's quite as
yeah, we don't double up around here in the Sleepers of the Week.
I know with Tucker Kraft, you're right. People don't think of it because they don't realize Yeah, I would. If you had gone first, I would have agreed with you.
Tucker Kraft, big Lord and Savior Jesus Christ guy. So maybe he's available to do God Talk with Homer and Pip.
There's no shortage of available people like Tausch is available, and the reason we don't have some people is they just decide not to do it, which I respect totally.
Yeah.
Not saying he's in that group. That was a Wilde, not saying he's in it.
Yes, exactly. Yes, well, we all love the Lord here, and I certainly am appreciative of the gifts he's given me.
I don't know that everyone does, and that's fine.
Well, I meant on the panel. But, I disagree with your... I still don't have peace from losing my best friend to a drunk driver 30 years ago. I don't have peace from Paula facing breast cancer. I don't have peace from us losing our third daughter midway through her pregnancy. So I am not going on Homer and Pip God Talk again.
No, I understand that totally. But I firmly believe just keep asking.
Yeah.
But you've gotten an F. God gets an F so far in addressing that, and I'm happy to grade him that way. So, but
we've got a lot of great blessings.
To one day, one of those that you say somehow I did. So, but
I'm going wide receiver.
Actually, that is, I think, the biggest. Hold on,
segment.
That is nicely done. That wasn't a tease. That wasn't a. Anyway,
I'm just trying to finish the game.
No. I think
sleepers of the draft.
I think that's a better sleeper than even tight end.
No, I don't see it as a sleeper. They moved on from two guys out of that group that they had, where everybody's good enough to be the number one.
So you're expecting a wide receiver.
They've got two more that are not under contract beyond this year in Jaden Reed and Christian Watson. Now, do I believe they should re-sign both those players? I do. Do I believe they will? I'm not sure. But that's why Chris Brazzell is on my list, and Ted Hurst is on my list. Right. And if one of those players is drafted tonight by the Green Bay Packers, I will not be surprised. So that's why it was not my sleeper.
Does the winner of the sleeper contest be the person whose position is taken first? And I say the answer should be yes. Because they are all appropriate sleepers.
I think I would grade this one as it's likely only one, if any, of these will be addressed because there are the three others that are clear of need.
Good point.
So I
like it.
If one is addressed and the others are not, that person obviously wins. And then if multiple are addressed, whoever's taken in round 2 would be the winner.
Or 3, whichever is taken first.
Whichever's taken first would be the winner.
Yeah. I'll take that as a win. Thank you.
And you also win by watching God Talk with Homer and Pip on YouTube, and you win during these
actually,
Steinhoffs.
just so you know, it's on YouTube. It's My Faith with Homer and Pip. If you put up God Talk, you won't get anything.
You got to get the Homer and Pip part in there. If I search God Talk with Homer and Pip right now, I'm going to do it right now. God Talk with Homer and Pip. God Talk with Homer and Pip. Do I get the God Talk? I get Amy Weber, My Faith with Homer and Pip. I get the channel. So if you do type God Talk with Homer and Pip, you will get all of Homer and Pip's, including their entire channel called My Faith with Homer and Pip. So take it back. God Talk with Homer and Pip if you want to search.
No, God
and
Talk
watch those
gets you nothing. If you just put with Homer and Pip, I think you'll get something. So the idea is it's with Homer and Pip that does it. I checked God Talk.
Yes, you can't just type in God Talk. I don't know what you'll get, but you will get a lot.
Ed Rush. You ever heard of Ed Rush?
I'm not familiar with his work.
Ed Rush.
Does he have more followers than your channel does? Maybe you should have taken my advice and called
it
God Talk.
Hold on. Yes, I don't believe it's possible to have less. I don't believe anybody has ever done a God thing and failed as miserably as I have in terms of.
We've had a lot of wild Steinhoff sleepers of the week segments over the years, but
we've never had Jesus.
This one is right near the top.
And Ed Helms sucks.
God can't be a sleeper because he was mentioned 100 times last night. If I did it, then Tausch would come on and go, that's a violation of the sleeper. Steinhoff Sleeper Award.
I don't think Tausch can speak on this because he hasn't been on God Talk, My Faith, with Homer and Pip.
Good point.
What I can tell you is that Steinhoffels is thrilled with the way this segment has gone as well. We appreciate our partnership with them. And right now they've got their friends and family sale going on, but it ends on Monday. So this is your last chance to save 10% store-wide. That's 10% off living room, 10% off dining, 10% off bedroom, and then take an extra 5% off when you spend $999 or more. Plus, enjoy big savings on clearance and closeouts throughout the store, including an extra 20% off all clearance items. You know I love the clearance section at Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader, and they are 100% employee-owned. So shop in-store or online anytime at steinhoffels.com. Whoa Nelly, which I was thinking about doing to our Steinhoffels sleepers, is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and I know which beverage I'm selecting with my top pick in a draft, and that is the Blue Mountains and the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. Well, at a baseball game in Milwaukee, at a bar down the road, or hanging out watching a game at home, every experience goes from good to great with Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans, they turn blue when they're chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Make an ice-cold Coors Light your top draft pick. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
For over a century, one family has helped generations move forward. Christofferson Moving and Storage. They've built a legacy of trust celebrating 120 years in 2026 with transparent, upfront pricing, highly trained professional crews, and flexible services designed around you. They protect your home and belongings with expert care and clear communication every step of the way. Let them handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on what's next. Christofferson Moving and Storage. Your best move since 1906. Get your complimentary quote at ChristoffersonMoving.com.
That's the sound of the hail sale hitting Metro Kia of Madison. Oh, hail yeah! Recent storms rolled through, but here's the best part. Insurance has already covered the damage. That means one thing for you. Big savings across a wide selection of vehicles. This is your chance to upgrade and save thousands. Got a trade? We'll take it, paid off or not. Our lenders are working hard to help get you approved. If you've been waiting for the right time, this is it. Don't miss the hail sale happening now at your community-driven Metro Kia of Madison.
Soccer is back for the grand reopening of Breeze Stevens Field, celebrating the stadium's 100-year anniversary. Join in on the family fun during a 2-day fan fest presented by Don's Home Furniture. Get ready for the debut match of Madison's new women's soccer team, Rally Madison FC, on May 15th. Then the fun continues on May 16th for the Forward Madison FC home opener. More information, tickets, and 2-day passes are available at forwardmadisonfc.com.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's Urgent Care is there for you. Stoughton Health has 4 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have urgent care locations in Stoughton, Oregon, McFarland, and Cottage Grove with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health accepts over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan, Quartz, Humana, and more. Please visit stoughtonhealth.com for more information. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Get ready, Wisconsin. The Sugar River Fire and Smoke Barbecue Festival is bringing the heat to historical Paoli this fall. Presented by renowned pitmaster and TV personality Michelle Wallace and hosted by 7 Acre Dairy Company. Enjoy incredible barbecue from acclaimed pitmasters and local legends, plus live music, barbecue demonstrations, and more all weekend long, September 19th and 20th in Paoli, Wisconsin. Get your tickets now at fireandsmokebarbecuefestival.com.
We're on the Badgers.
I think what jumped out to me first and foremost was Fickell's energy and his passion.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
I'd say that's only increased as I've had a chance to sit down with him more.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
I would like to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving us Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
If I may bring up a couple of Brewers things here for us.
Sure, I'd love to hear Homer's take on that.
Fun game yesterday that did not end in the favor of the Milwaukee Brewers.
The bullpen gave up a homer in the 8th and the 9th, right?
Sure did. Uribe gave up a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th after the Brewers clawed back against reigning AL Cy Young Award winner Tarik Skubal. Tied the game in the 7th, but then after taking the lead, as Homer said, gave up home runs by the bullpen in the 8th and 9th inning to tie, and then eventually lose the game, hit into a bunch of double plays. I understand we're only like 25 games into the season, more or less. The Brewers are in last place in the NL Central, which isn't saying much. They're still over 500, and they would be in first place in 2 other divisions in Major League Baseball. When you hear a nugget like that, Homer, as a Brewers fan like me, does that make you feel good, bad, or indifferent? Because it's only 25 games into the season.
Indifferent. They are a great organization with a great general manager and a great manager, and I'll pick them to make the playoffs every year until proven otherwise, like if injuries made it. And the division does seem to be better, and I always watch the Mets because I thought David Stearns was very good, but he seems to have more problem when he has money than when he didn't.
I don't know what to make of this. I do know that we talked about this in one of our lengthy discussions about the Brewers heading into the season, that all signs pointed to this division being better, right? I know we discussed that.
Yes, it did.
And that's exactly what's come to fruition. So the Brewers could be as good of or a little bit less than what they were last year and be much worse off in the standings. I think that was Tausch's and my point when we discussed this heading into opening day. So, unfortunately, they don't. You see this in the NFL too, right? Teams that play in crummy divisions that wouldn't make the playoffs if they were playing a different schedule. We have losing records make the playoffs in the NFL from time to time. But this is, look, I still have a lot of belief in the Brewers. I agree with Homer. They've got a manager that no one should ever question his job security. They got a really smart guy building the roster, and they seem to overcome the challenges to a degree of the small market spending that they have to endure.
And if you'd like to know if the Dome will be open or closed tonight, be listening to the Homer Hour at 5 o'clock.
Watch it.
Go to YouTube. Yes, you have to watch it. If the Dome's on, it is closed, and if the Dome is off, then that would, of course, mean that it's open.
I can't believe you didn't bring it along. Can we agree that next time you are a cousin sub, which surely will happen again, you will bring the toupee?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Whoa Nelly!
Also, how about this? The Cubs have played the Mets and the Phillies while they've been on both of those teams' historically bad losing streaks. The Brewers drew back-to-back reigning Cy Young winners in back-to-back days. Tarik Skubal yesterday for the Tigers, Skeens on the mound tonight on Star Wars night at American Family Field. That is either the first or second time, depending on who's reporting it, in Major League Baseball history that a team has faced the reigning Cy Young winners from both leagues in back-to-back days. It's the first time it's ever happened in consecutive days.
Yeah, all right. Well,
it's
because
the
for
second
the
time
majority
overall.
Of baseball history, they never played teams from
Right.
the other leagues.
But uncanny
Since
that the
that
Brewers
changed.
draw both back-to-back days.
That is true. Yep.
So tough luck for the Brewers.
Whoa,
but
Nelly!
hopefully they get to Skeens tonight.
2 out of 162.
Indeed. Homer, you mentioned you were watching the New York Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks last night rather than the NBA or the NFL draft for a portion of the night. Is there a team that you have adopted to pull for in the NBA playoffs since the Bucks are not in it this year?
No. Never have in any sport, never will. I could care less.
So then why do you watch the games? Just to
You're
just to
intrigued by the
see what
Knicks.
happens?
You're watching
No.
the Knicks.
I'm intrigued by the Knicks because I think it's the perfect fit for Giannis. But I like basketball. I watch games because I like the game. And this is the best basketball in the world. People who don't like the NBA and talk about it, it's fine. Don't ever watch a regular season game. There's nothing close to how good this is because players play hard from the very first play. But I don't root for anybody. If I had family member, I would root. But aside from that, that was the question, right?
It was.
It was.
I nailed it.
I can watch without rooting, and I do.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I have watched more NHL playoff games at this point than I have the NBA.
Wow.
Watched the Wild, the Minnesota Wild taking on the Dallas Stars multiple times. So, yeah, wake me when the finals get here. I don't have them on in the background when I'm writing about the Packers offseason program. Next!
Whoa, Nelly! Orlando Magic are kind of fun. I'm kind of pulling for them to upset the
Hey,
Pistons.
do they? Wait a minute. Do they have? Of course. Do they have Bane?
They
Is that
do.
the team
They
that's
do
got
have Bane. Desmond Bane is on the Orlando Magic. It's my guy. So yes, he is there. It'd be a fun upset to take down the number 1 seed. So and they're kind of the team
Nice.
I'm pulling for, I guess, in this whole thing. All right, we do need to draw this week's trivia winner. There are a lot of chips in the cheese fry helmet because I
slightly
think,
easier questions this week, evidently.
Indeed. Only 2 chips did not make it into the cheese fry helmet. This one just
We only got 2 wrong answers all week.
Correct. Yeah, crazy week.
Wow.
And congratulations to Jake in McGuanago.
Love it when McGuanago wins, baby.
Tuesday's contestant answering questions about the Brian Bulaga draft of 2010 when he filled in as our cousin sub of the day.
Cost
well
him
done, Jake.
$13 million.
Yeah.
That's what we hear.
That's what we say on the Homer Hour, although Tausch said, no, he ended up getting it back. That's not the point. That day, the fact that he was not drafted when he should have been, $13 million.
Yeah, he was also the last year of the
when the
without
rookies
rookie
were getting
wage
a ton of money.
scale thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it was $13 million. The next year, what? $4 million, something like that?
Yeah, it would not have been as much of a difference maker.
I mean, and he's doing okay.
I was going to say, we don't have to start a GoFundMe page
No, we
for
know.
Brian
You
Bulaga.
know how you know he's doing okay? He doesn't feel like he needs a damn college degree.
He
And
also
doesn't feel like he needs one to convince his kids that they should get one.
Yeah.
His answer, we got to figure it out.
And he can work when he wants to work, which is a nice thing to have as well. Because
He
the
is
rest of us,
so young. People have no idea how young he is.
he could still, be, playing,
playing,
theoretically.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Instead, he's our teammate, and we're lucky to have him. You can
is
hear
true.
him twice a week on the Homer Hour, Monday, Thursday.
It's multiple times. I think that's right.
He's in a lot
I
of
have so
member
many
guests.
guests.
He's in
I
a
have
lot of
so
member
many
guests
guests.
these days.
I have so many guests I can't remember and keep track of them. And then they changed. John Anderson bailed on us. So now
He
the
did
people are on
indeed, the
different days.
professor. But we had him last night on
I know,
the draft coverage. All right.
I'm thinking I need to just call him during the week. Just like, all right, I
Just
need
see,
5
yeah.
minutes of John
Yep.
Anderson.
I think
We'll
that's a
tape
great
him out.
idea. Yep, he's a very busy professor, but you should definitely do that. Don't tell him it was my that I supported that idea. All right, we need to wrap up the show and wrap up the week with Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. All eyes are on the 2026 NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, and according to ESPN NFL Draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. in his recent appearance on Wilde and Tausch, there's at least one Wisconsin Badgers player who expects to hear his name called this weekend.
Mason Riker can play. Mason's got a chance. I mean, when you can play at that level and you can get after the quarterback and you do the job after the season was over, you do everything the right way, I think he's the kind of kid you get into the fourth round area there. We're going to be talking a lot, I think, about him early day 3.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your windows shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
Hey, sports fans, the ESPN app has all of ESPN all in one place. The ESPN app is your home to thousands of live events, ESPN shows, and originals across every ESPN network in service. And now you can check if you already have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. Visit activate.espn.com to learn how to access your account or sign up, then start streaming in the ESPN app. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
Sure, you've got school spirit, but does your jewelry box?
At Chalmers Jewelers, we're proud to be an official retailer of University of Wisconsin jewelry.
Featuring the iconic Motion W, Bucky Badger, and more.
Prices start at just $65.
Whether you're tailgating, jumping around, or shouting on Wisconsin, let your jewelry join the celebration because even Bucky loves a little bling.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay.
It is Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. Homer, you and I agree that Joe Thomas is one of the all-time great guys, right? I know you did some things with the Luke Holman events.
He's an amazing human being. I do want to mention quickly that I attended an auction, the strangest auction I've ever done in my life, in Bowling Green, Kentucky, with my brother. who I was always jealous of as a kid. He was 4 years younger, and I could have just been as good an athlete as he was. So I didn't really follow.
Your dad would have
as
come
much
to more
as I
sporting
should have.
events.
I don't know. God, he was good. Man. Anyway, so I'm there to support. He has a women's Jack Harbaugh was there last year. They have a women's home where they help people, and it's great. So I bid and won a silent auction item, 3 bottles of booze. Okay, one of the bottles was Irish whiskey, and sometimes it comes in a container. You know, you don't really see the glass bottle. We took it home, opened it up. It was half empty. Yeah, baby. Never before.
Congratulations.
That means it's good.
And I'm coming back next year. We're going to auction off. I'm not the auctioneer. But
You're going to win the other
auction off
half of the bottle.
No, we're going to auction off half a bottle. The first time I've ever seen that.
So Joe Thomas is one of the all-time great humans. He does stuff.
Yes,
His
he
good
is.
friend Luke Holman, who passed away many years ago, he's done that. I ran into Tammy, whose brother competed with Joe in the WIAA State Track and Field Championships. And I asked Joe to get her brother a signed copy of his book. Not only did he do that, but he went above and beyond, as Joe Thomas always does. And so I passed that along. I heard from her this week. Her brother Steve and his wife Natalie moved into their new house. She gave it to him as a gift, the book. But here's the kicker. We talk in the open of this show all the time about names that are dead. Her nephews' names are Marvin and Lenny. And we have finally found more names that are deader than Mark and Jason, but they are making a comeback. Marvin and Lenny.
Lenny Bruce is a famous comedian from the 50s.
Indeed, not necessarily from the 2026s. But by the way, because of Joe, I think their next son, I think they're due with another baby. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but either Jason or Joe could be on the list of names. All right, that is our Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. Jesse, what's our draft coverage tonight, quickly?
Homer's part of it tonight. ESPN Wisconsin draft night.
4 hours.
Kicks off.
I don't do 4 hours. I do 1 hour. What the hell is
and you
going
already
on?
did 3 today. This is a marathon day for Homer.
I want to apologize to all the people listening today. They get sick and tired of the old man.
Alex Strove, Homer, a bunch of other people going to be joining throughout. Starts at 6 o'clock on ESPN Milwaukee.
Jason better be on. They told me he was on.
I just want to thank the Lord for the opportunity to be on tonight. That's it for us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show.